size up with you, and when I defang the Viper, trust me, ain't gonna come from nowhere. Jeff, I already put you out. I don't even know why you're out here right now. Keep on talking. Hey, do me a favor. Why don't you act like this is an AA meeting and you shut your mouth while I'm sharing with the group? And Mustafa, you out here, a boy among men. And I'm gonna tell you what, you got lucky at the Rumble, so I know you're gonna come out here and run your mouth about how bad you are. But let me give you a little bit of a reality check. You see, Mustafa, you said that my eyes don't lie. Well, your eyes don't lie either, because last week, they were closed real tight when I put your simple ass to sleep. And AJ, hey man, be honest with me. How's our old girl Wendy doing?
All right, welcome back to the Clark Street Wrestling Podcast. It's me, Hafeez, and with me as always is Devin. And yes, we are here. It's the end of the year, and we are about to do some end of the year rankings, y'all. This is going to be a special episode of the Clark Street Wrestling Podcast where we talk about top fives of AEW's women's division, tag division, men's division, and the same on WWE side. And then we're gonna hit you special with a 5 and a 5. Put them together. What you got? You got 10. That's right. We're gonna give you 10. 10. Give you that varsity blues. 10.
Yes. 10. Yes.
Top 10 overall rankings. Yeah, top 10 in the tag division, the women's division, and the men's division. Overall, combining AEW, WWE. And maybe
who is my number one?
Hey, you know what? You know what's funny? What's cool about this is that I'm here. That we can say there might be some actual suspense on this side. So what will I do? What will I do? That'll be when we get to the men's side. But you know, on everything else.
People in the chat, welcome.
Oh man, George Yellow Steel.
All right.
Hey, okay. I mean, you know, yes, we're still in the 80s, the early 90s.
Yeah. What up, Drew? Welcome. Yeah. Oh man. Cuz. What up, cuz? Oh, Trey in the house, man. What up, cousin? Get to see family in here. Never seen this.
Oh man, yeah, we're gonna have some fun just going over, you know, our rankings for just the wrestlers in general this year, just seeing how everybody's, you know, kind of giving a representation of where we rank everybody right now, you know, in the landscape of wrestling. It should be a lot of fun. We'll go through the rankings. There'll be a little bit of conversation, you know, spread out in between, but we'll definitely, you know, try to get through this, you know, in a very straightforward way. But then maybe break it up a little bit here and there, you know, with a little bit of conversation, because I know how we what usually will happen is that you're going to say something, you know, and I'm going to look at it like, huh? And I'm going to want to debate right then and there. But no, I'm going to withhold.
You sure? Okay.
Because especially on the AEW part, I feel like there might be some disrespect. There might be some disrespect on the AEW side. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I think there's going to be some disrespect from you around AEW.
I'm going to be cool. I will be fair with my judgment for this top 5.
Well, hey, you know what? Then let's get right into it. Let's see what Devin did. We're going to go.
Welcome to the 5-Timers Championship Club of all time.
Oh man. Now, real quick, I'm gonna say, like, I'm not getting the audio from that stuff. So like the clips and even the music beforehand, I wasn't getting that. Chat, let us know if you guys are hearing that.
Let us know if you're in the chat.
Yeah. Let us know. Because like that clip right there wasn't audio for me.
Oh.
What they say?
Miss out on the fun then. Let's see what we got in the chat. Y'all here? Let's see what we got. Disrespect with a capital K. Maybe. I'll be fair though. I'll be fair.
Man, dude. Yeah.
Oh, Ivan in the house. What up, Professor? Circle the debate. Yeah, them ones a podcast on Clark Street, you know.
And Anybody responding to whether or not we
they
got
can
audio
hear
on that?
Here we go.
Yeah, you heard it. Okay, all right.
It.
As long as you guys, I don't hear it on my side for some reason, but that's okay. As long as you guys are hearing it, it's cool.
All right, cool. We good. Little
right.
technical difficulties on your side.
Yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good. All right,
because you're gonna be representing AEW, you know. So.
All right, man. So yeah, let's get right into it, man. Let's go into AEW. We'll go back and forth. So you'll say your top 5, I'll say my top 5, and then maybe after that we can say, okay, what do we think? That way, we at least get through it. So before I won't interrupt you before you're done and say mine. But then afterwards, if there's something we want to have a conversation about, or if chat says something, then we can go ahead and address that. All right,
cool.
So AEW tag team rankings. Let's start it off with that.
I gotta be real. This was slim pickings.
This is Devin's worst nightmare right here. I spend this much time on AEW. Not only have to spend time, but critically look at AEW wrestling with a fine-tooth comb.
God.
Analyze, being super analytical.
Doing homework for AEW. Ugh.
Oh, this is great.
Put me in a bad mood already. But, when we was breaking down the top 5 for the men's and the women's, that was pretty easy. I was like, all right, I got my list, bam, 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 women, bam, 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 tag team, bam, bam, bam. Whoa, let me look on their roster. Who's the tag teams again?
Oh, that's Jesus.
They ain't doing nothing. Who? Dark Order? They ain't doing shit either. So I got top 3 for tag teams. All right.
Oh, damn. No, see, you promised. You got Booker T on here talking about 5-time, and then you're going to start things off with a top 3.
On my list then. They don't deserve. I can't.
See, I already knew this was going to happen. The disrespect.
They are not worthy to be on my list then. Top 3 it is for the AEW tag team division. It is decided, sir. You can fill in for the top 5 on your side. That's why we are a tag team. You got my back on this one. So,
Jesus.
Number 3. Swerve in Our Glory.
They're not even a tag team anymore. What? I'm looking at my list and I'm saying, okay, nope, we're not doing this. Keep going. I said it. I already broke my rule. Well, I was going to interrupt you, and it already started.
Do it.
Go ahead.
I knew
it. Go ahead. My bad. That's on me.
That's on me. This is too easy. Swerve in Our Glory. I understand they are not a tag team anymore, but this is just recently. But if I'm going over the work, for 2022, when they was a tag team for most of the year, 10, 11 months out of the year. So yeah, I'm gonna name them as top 3 tag team. Story wise, it was a little shaky, a little touch and go. I like what they had with the Acclaim. That was cool. Who else who did they beat? I forgot. Who did they beat? Was it? See, that's the problem. If I gotta remember who they beat, the Young Bucks, right?
I think it was, because I think it was like a triple threat tag match, if I'm not mistaken. And no one thought they were gonna win it, and they ended up winning that matchup. Yeah, it was either them or it was Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sound maybe right.
Yeah, I believe it was a triple threat, and I was like, oh shit, they actually won it. They actually did the right thing and gave it to Swerve in Our Glory. So yeah.
So Swerve in Our Glory on the story side, it was lacking in that department, but the wrestling wise, the action, they made up for it. So yeah, they are worthy to be on my list for top 3. All right, top 3. What's wrong with that? I didn't put them at 4. I didn't put them at 5. I didn't even do an honorable mention for them. It's top 3. Okay. Number 2, FTR. All right. One of the best tag teams in professional wrestling. What they do lack, they make up for in the wrestling side as well. They're one of the best in-ring storytellers when it comes to professional wrestling, when it comes to this great sport, as Gunther would say. All right. Number 1, The Acclaim. Listen, all right. Charisma, personality. All right. They have a catchphrase. They got Daddy Ass. They got Billy Gunn. Once again, to be over again 20 years from now. All right. It's crazy. He was over with DX. Now he's over with the Acclaim. Just Max Caster, Anthony Bowens. They just have amazing in-ring chemistry. The stories they tell. Some of their wrestling bouts have been somewhat lackluster. You know, they're on Rampage, which nobody watches. So, which kind of sucks on that, but still, they do make up for it in charisma. And they just hit it out of the park with just, being the tag teams. And they're over. Just hearing the reaction from the audience, scissor me daddy. Just, you know what I'm saying? Love it. So that is my number one for the tag teams. Top 3. Okay. Yeah, I get it. It says top 5, but I couldn't find 5 teams in AEW. 5 tag teams. I couldn't.
Jesus. Okay.
I can't wait to hear your list.
All right. Well, all right. First off, number 5. All right. The Young Bucks. How you gonna leave the Young Bucks off your list? You got Swerve on Glory, but you don't got the Young Bucks?
Because they ain't doing shit.
But Swerve on okay, we'll debate later. Number 5, the Young Bucks. They're back. When you look at the tag team landscape right now, like we're not doing trios, we're doing like the 2-man traditional tag teams. The Young Bucks for AEW are still the flagship for AEW. So what was that last one about Roman Reigns?
How boring is Roman Reigns?
Oh God.
Don't worry, I'll let you know. I'll let you know how boring it is.
Okay.
I got you.
So, yeah, Young Bucks, I mean, overall, Young Bucks, they still have that moniker for AEW, at least, as being the cream of the crop when it comes to tag team wrestling. When they came back, you felt it immediately like, okay, we're going to get those Young Buck type matches, fast-paced, hard-hitting. You're getting the flips, you're getting the speed, you're getting the chemistry that they have with the different teams that they have in AEW. So for me, I don't put them, in the top 3 or the top 2. Like they've been away for a while, so I got to dig them on that. But they've had success overall for the year. The Young Bucks that came back, they didn't miss a beat themselves. Kenny Omega maybe a little bit, but he's coming back. But the Young Bucks, they're who they are. Number 4, I'm going to give some love and respect to a team that I don't think a lot of people, at maybe in the beginning of the year thought much of, but now as far as even a story, they've got some momentum going on that, I'm actually surprised at where they are. And I think that they have a chance to become tag team champions in 2023. And that's the Gun Club. Billy's kid, Daddy Ass's kids, they're putting in some work. They've been getting into the heads of FTR. They've been doing some skits and they've been doing some good story work overall with just calling out FTR, saying you guys ain't shit. Basically, they got a win over FTR recently too. So overall, I think the Gun Club is a team that, that's not a team that I really thought much of, in AEW when I first started, seeing them on television. But seeing them now, I feel like there's been a lot of growth. I feel like they're having Billy Gunn not be in their corner was probably the best thing to do so they can stand on their own 2 feet. And now you feel like a little bit of an edge to them, a little bit of they got some moxie to them. Like, okay, we're gonna. They had the Brett and Sean kind of tights, and they're trying to lift up their stature any way they can. Like I like it. They're in the crowd during tag matches and they're jumping everybody. Like, hey, I'm with it. I feel like let them get some more matches, some more TV time, and some more matches with teams like FTR. And I think as heels, they can get over. If Dominic Mysterio in 2022 can get over, the Gun Club in 2023 can definitely be, in my opinion, just as over if they play this right. So I got the Gun Club. Number 3, I got the Lucha Bros. Like, come on, man. The Lucha Bros. Like, as far as
trios,
tag teams.
that's why I couldn't look at them.
No, the Lucha Bros, not Death Triangle. Like,
no, but they're the
trio. We'll get into
that. That's why I didn't put them in.
So the Lucha Bros, if not for the Usos, the Lucha Bros are my favorite tag team in wrestling, period. Like, those 2 guys are just amazing. They're great wrestlers, whether it's AEW, whether it's AAA, all over the world. These guys, they're amazing. So these 2 guys, as far as so Young Bucks, like I said, they are kind of the flag bearers for that tag team division. But for me, kind of the I guess the lifeblood for me of the tag division is the Lucha Bros. Of course, with the Young Bucks being, EVPs, or I don't know if they still have that title, whatever, like you're going to look at them and they're going to be like the faces of it. But really, when I get really excited about the tag team division in AEW, it's thinking about matches that the Lucha Bros are going to have with people. And individually, those two guys have had a lot of success this year too, let alone as a tag team. Like you look at matches with Rey Fenix, and it's just like this dude. I mean, he could be a solo champion, right? And you've seen Penta, put his name in the hat and try to be in the running for a couple of singles championships this year too. So overall, I feel like they're a team where that title run that they had, I wish that there would have been more matches on television, and they would have had just a little bit more love when it comes to just getting exposure. But when I see them, when they're on my screen, they stand out, and to me, they still earn that moniker of basically my second favorite tag team in wrestling right now. Because whenever they're together, they're awesome. Yes, in trios, trios is trios, but as a team, those two guys, they just represent greatness to me. Number 2 is the Acclaim for me. So the Acclaim, they've been on fire. AEW, acclaimed every Wednesday. I get it. They're an awesome tag team. The crowd loves them. Yeah. It's been an amazing run these last couple, say 4 or 5 months, I would say, of them just building and building and building and building to the point where finally they beat Swerve in Our Glory. I think that, the addition of Daddy Ass makes it make a whole lot of sense. Oh, yes. I feel like, just like you said, the catchphrases, the merch, like they're doing big things. I love what they're doing. And they've jumped up. I mean, I think this time last year, I don't think I would have had them in my top 5, but now, they've definitely earned being in the conversation of the top 2 for sure. Like I definitely did debate with myself, basically 1 or 2, like which one between them and this other team should be number 1. Yeah. And it just came down to overall everything that this other team had did just put them over the top of what the Acclaimed have done recently. And the team I'm talking about is FTR at number 1. So FTR, I mean, basically they were doing what Kenny Omega should have been doing as far as a belt collector, going to every single organization and winning championship after championship after championship. Facts. AAA, IWGP, ROH. They were draped in gold. That's something that, if you're a belt collector, I expect you to look ridiculous with all these championships, draped around you. So for them that whole year, and they held those titles for a long time too. So for me, I just have to give a lot of respect to that. And just the way that, it doesn't take much for them to get a tag match to be exciting. They're not like the Young Bucks or even the Lucha Bros when it comes to the type of spots that they do, with flipping and high flying and all that. They do it with a very traditional tag team style, very like paced style, very like, okay, we know each other, we trust each other, we got each other's back. We're going to use psychology to be able to figure out a way to win these matches and to always have the upper hand. And even when one of us is down, the other one is good enough on his own to hold it down while the other guy's getting patched up in the back, getting wrapped up, and then comes back later on, like halfway through the match, which happened to them a couple times this year. So through all of that, I got to say, FTR, when it comes to tag team wrestling, are they my favorite tag team? No. But as far as the accolades and just the quality of matches, whether it was singles for them or as a tag team, they had some of the best matches for AEW this year, period. So I got to give respect to FTR with that. So FTR is my number.
Okay. All right.
So debate time. I feel like number 1 and number 2, you could flip flop.
Yeah.
I think either way, FTR and the Acclaim, those two teams are.
Yeah, we're pretty much seeing eye to eye on that.
Right. Yeah. It's the rest of it that I feel like, okay, it's kind of interesting how this went. So Swerve in Our Glory, I don't disagree with the point that if we're taking the whole year, then you could put Swerve in Our Glory into this conversation. I don't mind that. And if I were thinking that way, I probably would say that they would be on this list. I probably put them above the Gun Club, but maybe still behind the Lucha Bros just because of how much I love the Lucha Bros. So I'm not mad at that necessarily. The only thing for me is that you didn't put, like, if you're taking a team that's not a team now, then how are you not taking teams that legit are right now wrestling, like the Young Bucks and like the Lucha Bros and like the Gun Club, to even just put them on the list?
The Lucha Bros. So here's the problem: the booking. You know, they were just presented as Death Triangle, like a faction. You know, doing these trios matches even before the trios titles came. So that's all that sticks out in my head. Not too many of their tag teams. So when I'm thinking about, you know, tag teams and, you know, what stick out to me, some of the, you know, the stories, because stories is very light on the AEW side, and that's what I focus on. Damn the wrestling, because anybody could wrestle. I'm more focused on what can you make me feel something, and these are the teams that make me feel something. All right, not Death Triangle out there acrobats. Cool, you do gymnastic flips. Cool, all right, I get it. Exciting, all right, for a moment. Cool, that looks cool. 360 kick spin, whatever. I get it.
Oh my
all right. But I want to
feel about Ricochet.
Not the same. I'm like the same too. He needs a story to make me like feel what he did with Gunther, but we talk about that later. What he did with Gunther was awesome. But
okay, all right,
yeah, but yeah, like I said, man, for Death Triangle, you know, for Lucha Bros, yeah, they didn't make me feel it, so I forgot about that team.
So Gun Club just.
Oh yeah, Gun Club just. I'm not into them. I'm not into their stories. Even the story right now with what they got with FTR, that doesn't pique my interest at all.
I just feel like, you know, that's a very personal and subjective reason to not put them on the list. And if we're doing an overall ranking, I feel like you could add that to why they're beneath the other teams, but I don't know if I would just completely omit them from a list. If you can't find you can't find 5 tag teams, you know, that make you feel at least.
Well, that's AEW issue. Then they got some shit to fix, then, man.
AEW's issue, damn.
Because before, you know what? If we was doing top 5 2019, I would kill it with top 5. You know, for tag teams, I would say Best Friends, because Best Friends, I would say Pride and Powerful. I would say Young Bucks. I would say Lucha Bros, because those teams were actually making me feel something at the time. You know, the stories they was telling. Pride, Powerful, and Best Friends, the great street fight, the brawl. I still remember that because it got me to feel something with that story they was telling. Yeah, you know, their mom getting included. So yeah, but I
don't disagree with that. The thought process of using, if they make you care, to rank them according to that. I guess I'm just saying to rank them, period. Like, just put them on the list and then rank them at the bottom then, you know, like, because literally it makes it sound like there's only 3 tag teams in the division, but there's more tag teams. It's just you didn't care about the stories that they had this year.
I said I looked on the website to see who was available left, because that's what I picked, and I drew a blank after that. I was like, I'm thinking, I'm like, all right, Lucha Bros, but I think of them as a trio. I don't remember too much of their matches, what stories they had. I'm like, okay. I look at Dark Order, Best Friends. Best Friends ain't doing shit. Dark Order ain't doing shit that I care about. And Gun Club, it was like, I just didn't care. So I can't put them on the list. I'm not going to put them on the list. This is my list. All right.
Yeah, but if this was homework, and I told you, hey, man, for your homework, list 5 tag teams, and you put 3 because only 3 of them made you feel, I'm sorry, sir, I got to dock you points.
And I'll take that on the chin, sir. All right, Professor Hafeez.
Kids, don't do what Devin just did, okay? Sir. If your teacher tells you need to pick 5 for your grade, pick 5. It don't matter if you care or not, just pick 5, because that you have to follow the rules.
And then, you know what? All right, Professor, let's have a conversation. Reason why I picked 3. And then he was like, okay, you know. I understand your perspective. Okay. You're still going to dock the points. Cool. But at least we had the conversation, sir.
Like, literally, if I put the 5 teams that I have in you know, sometimes they'll do those like, all right, sort these teams, right? Like from 1 through 5. And I give you the 5. And you just put the 3 and you omit the 2 that you don't care about. I'd be like, Just put the other two in there.
Can't do it. Can't do it. Not on my list. This list is sacred to me. All right.
Well, hey.
Not worthy of the list. You didn't make the list.
You didn't make the list. Well, you did 60% of the work there. That's fine. That's okay. Just 60%. That's not a passing grade though. 60%. You got. I give you all your points for the 3, but you missed 2. You left it blank. So, sir, top 5 with Booker T watching. Booker T even looks like he's mad. Booker T right now, he's like,
sorry, Booker T.
5.
All right,
we said 5.
All right, I just gave you 3.
5. Moving on. All right, let's go to AEW's women's division, and I'll start this one off. So for me, number 5, I have Toni Storm. Toni Storm, I'm going to show her the respect because she was champion. She was interim champion, and now she's no longer interim champion. But, you know, as far as how the year went, like she had a portion of the year where she was waving the flag for the women's division. And, you know, for me, I just feel like she deserves that respect, and they should have taken that interim title off of her earlier, you know, as far as just the moniker interim, and just made her the women's champion, and then feature her better overall in her matches, have her have some more one-on-one matches. And that last match that she had against Jamie Hayter was awesome. Like, it was a great match. Those two, they killed it. So I wish there would have been more of that, but I got to give her the respect in terms of where I see their women's division right now to say, Toni Storm, I would put at number 5.
Okay.
Number 4 is Athena. Athena, for me right now, she's got this attitude to her right now where she gives 0 F's about anybody. You know, I love that. I love the moxie she has and just the way she's carrying herself right now. Like, for me, I'm actually starting to get a little bit excited with where she could go. So for me, number 4 would be Athena. Number 3 is Jamie Hayter. Jamie Hayter, the current AEW Women's Champion. She's got the crowd. You know, the crowd is really behind her. I feel like right now, you know, when it comes to just, I think momentum is on her side as far as continuing to build and becoming, you know, even a bigger portion of AEW TV. Like, her and Britt Baker, they're on a collision course. It's going to happen, and that's going to be on a pay-per-view, and I think it's going to be great. But Jamie Hayter herself, I love the sit-down interview she had where she was basically like, hey, I deserve sit-down interviews too. I hear this person want an interview and that person want an interview, and I'm the champ. How about, where's my sit-down interview? And getting that and basically taking the respect, demanding that respect and taking it. So for me, Jamie Hayter, number 3, that was easy. Number 1 and 2 is easy. I mean, number 2 is Britt Baker. Like, she clearly the face of, you know, the women's division for a long, long time. And she's sharing that with another person now. But Britt Baker, even without a championship, still feels like one of the 2 top dogs when it comes to the women's division in AEW. It's clear the amount of promos she gets, the amount of TV time she gets, you know, even with Jamie Hayter, she's still in the spotlight. So definitely I would say, you know, Britt Baker is right there, number 2. And number 1 is, of course, Jade Cargill, number 1. She is undefeated. She is everything. She's a bad bitch. She's champion. She's gonna be champion for as long as she wants to be, as long as Tony Khan wants her to be, and that might be forever. So that's forever. You know, and I'm okay with it. You know, she carries that championship with grace and class and just this, like, you better respect me or else kind of feel to it. And I appreciate that. I like it. And yeah, like, when we get to our overall, look out for where I have her on that list too, because I got a lot of respect for Jade Cargill. But Jade Cargill, as far as AEW, number 1.
Interesting. Shout out to my boy Zaya, man. His childhood friend, man. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the show. First time over there. What up, my boy? So that's crazy how your top 3 fell. It's exactly like mine. It's exactly like mine. We saw eye to eye basically on our top 3 for the women. So just a little bit off for the you know, for 4 and 5. So number 5, I got Nyla Rose. All right.
Okay.
I think, you know, it's sad that it's a missed opportunity with her because every time she's on TV, she don't miss. You know, it's you get when she gets the spotlight, she gets the camera time, she makes people pay attention. She's funny as hell. She could be serious. She's strong as hell. And man, just the way she kill it in the ring as well with the power game, dude, it's crazy. It's just, I just wish she had more camera time, but maybe another women's match that would help. I'm just saying, we've been asking it for the past 3 years, possibly going on 4 years, but we'll see. We'll see. But like I said, man, Nyla Rose, number 5, doing good work. Number 4, Toni Storm. All right. Yes. All right. I'm gonna give credit to her. Her wrestling's been fine. I wish she just had more of a story for me to sink my teeth in. It was a little teased when she dropped the belt and she had this interview with Tony, and she looked like she was just pissed off. You know what I'm saying? A little disheveled. So I think she had no makeup or nothing like that. So it just looks. It was interesting. It piqued my interest. I'm like, okay, we're going for a little character change. What's going on with this? So I wish they'll, hopefully they'll dive a little bit more deeper into that for Toni Storm. And then number 3, Jamie Hayter. Number 2, Britt Baker, and Jade, number 1. And I'm not going to say the same thing you just said. I'm just going to read my list because it's basically what you said. All that and then some for all 3 of these ladies, man. All right, because they're just killing it. They're killing it. They're on top of the game. Jamie Hayter, I'm actually surprised that Tony Khan is actually keeping the momentum up, because I'll be real, I didn't have any faith. Especially what happened to Toni Storm. How he treated her and how he treated Thunder Rosa as well. It was like these lackluster title reigns. She did as well. So I was hopefully now we're getting somewhat of a promise that, all right, Jamie Hayter, they're going to build her up as that top star going forward. So, yes, but she's doing good work. And Britt Baker, can you say? And then Jade. No, Jade just bitch. Jade bad bitch.
Bad bitch. That's it. That's what you say. Yeah, man. So a lot of similarities with the list. The only differentiator there is Nyla versus Athena, in the rankings, which I guess for me, it's just I feel like we've seen this from, to your point, because you mentioned like when she's on TV, she's money. That's true. Yeah. But we've seen this before where they'll use Nyla in spots, to help get whoever she's going against over. Rarely to just get her over. And so I don't know. I just have a hard time with ranking her over Athena, where it seems like something new is happening, something fresh is happening right now with Athena.
But that's recent with Athena's work. She's just been basically on AEW Dark. I haven't been paying attention to her. So what you said about her, I haven't really seen it. She's on Rampage, kicking ass.
She's ROH champion now. She beat Mercedes. And there was a thing where I think it was on Dark. I think you're right about this. But they were like, oh, where's she gonna go? Like after she won the title, is she gonna be complacent? And she still has this attitude to her. Like, no, I'm still got a chip on my shoulder. I'm still pissed off. And I like that. I feel like they just need to put that on Dynamite. But we're a broken record with that. Like we're on the same page.
Because you have, I guess you paid attention to it and you did a deep dive. I haven't. That's why she's nowhere near on my list.
And I think that's fair. You bringing that up. It's like it's hard to defend it too much when most of the work is on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. Whereas Nyla, there was a longer stretch of time where we've seen Nyla on TV, but Athena, we haven't seen her on TV as much. So I'm hoping that flips a little bit, at least for Athena, and we should see more of Nyla. I hope that they do. I hope that they do recognize that, she's money. Like even during, press junkets, where I've seen at conventions, it'll be Nyla and a bunch of other wrestlers, and she's making all of them laugh, and they're all, just rolling on the floor. She's very, charismatic and funny and talented overall. Why not? Why not feature Nyla more? For Athena, I just feel like since day one that she was in NXT, I felt like, oh man, she could be a major star in wrestling, and it just hasn't happened. Even in NXT, I'll say that's probably the height of Athena was in NXT.
Her first run
there, okay. But even then, I feel like it almost felt like it was cut short. I think she had a thing with Asuka, and then Asuka got hurt and she left, and then she became champion. But I feel like, as Ember Moon, she never really got to that height, and I think maybe it's because she didn't get that big dub over Asuka, and then she goes to WWE, and it's like she's there, but she's not really getting featured like she was supposed to. Then she goes back to NXT, and it's like, oh shit, okay, becomes a tag team champion, and it feels like, all right, now we're going somewhere. But then she didn't quite grab the brass ring at NXT, and then all of a sudden she's gone. She's released. So for me, it's like this is the closest that I think since her initial NXT run, where I feel like there's something really interesting happening with her character. And if they put it on TV, what she's doing on Dark, that can be something that from a story standpoint, you could be like, man, she's this heel character now, and she gives no fucks about anybody, like, just straight punching chicks in the face, knocking them out, being rough as hell. People on social media losing their minds, like, she's too stiff. What's going on? What's she pissed off about? And like, she's getting people talking, but not enough eyeballs are on what she's doing. So to your point, it's like, if you're not seeing it out of sight, out of mind, it's like it doesn't happen. So I get it. It's just for me, having seen some of that stuff, I'm like, man, the stuff that she's doing, you put that on TV, she's money too. So, and I'll still say that, her finisher is one of the top 3 finishers ever in wrestling. God. Like, the Eclipse is ridiculous. I just got to say that.
Now this chick in NXT called Soul Ruka, she give her run for money now. She call it the Soul Finisher.
That's awesome. I like that. Yeah. I still put the Eclipse over that because I feel like they're both beautiful to watch. You see like that. I don't know. It's even hard to describe both of the finishers, really. I mean, when it comes to Athena, it's a stunner from the top, but the way she does it, it's like that doesn't even really do it justice. Like, it's crazy to see her do that. You're like, she just broke that chick's neck. Like, what the, what's going on? Whereas with Soul Ruka,
Soul Ruka,
for her, it's like this flip, like she does almost like a handstand and then turns into a cutter. And it's like, wow, like, okay, like what? Let me rewind that and see that again. Like, what's going on? So I think that both of them are amazing and keep doing those finishers. They're replayable, they're highlights, they're instant highlight reel type moves. They are. So just keep doing it. So yeah, shout out to Soul Ruka with that too. But I mean, I can't debate that too much when it comes to Nyla. It's just, for me, that's kind of the differentiator with it. She's ROH champion for Athena, and I feel like it's something new. Whereas with Nyla, I feel like we're kind of in a pattern that I don't really see the light at the end of the tunnel for her, but I hope so, because she is money every time she's on TV, and she's on TV more than Athena. So
you're saying because she's a champion, that's why she's on the list too? Is that part of it?
I mean, that you got to take the whole resume into consideration. Yes, that she's a champion, but not just that. I think that the thing that I would dock Nyla for is not her fault, but it's just that we're in this pattern of her just not being pushed past a certain, like, there's a ceiling for her. She's just there to put over, Britt Baker, opponent. To put over Jade Cargill, right?
Because she does take L's, but
right.
But when she's in that little mid feud, you're usually paying attention to both her and her opponent. So like,
when it's just unfortunate that it was like, okay, that's hilarious. She's doing a great job.
Dude, I loved it. She's having open challenges with the belt.
And like, you're not champion. What are you doing? Yeah, but she's got open challenges. Like, what's happening? Their advertisement. They got a referee there for it. Like, what the fuck? Like that?
Hey, it's wrestling, man. It's weird.
No, it's good. It's good. I like it. All right. Let's go to the men. AEW men's rankings. You take it from here, man. You go first.
Oh man. All right. Let me get the graphic up for the men's wrestling AEW top five. I do have 5. I got 5. All right.
You got 5 this time?
I got 5.
Good Lord.
All right, number 5. All right. Ricky Stocks.
Hey.
Ricky Stocks. All right. This man, it's money. I'm actually somewhat surprised that Tony Khan is keeping that momentum up with Ricky Starks with the loss with MJF, because I thought maybe, all right, they're going to cool him. He's going to cool off. Some of the AEW Dark Elevation, might see him on Rampage, whatever and whatnot. La da da da. But no, I love the follow up. He had opening promo with Chris Jericho. They had a great back and forth banter. You know what I'm saying? He's telling Chris Jericho, I got something you can suck.
Oh yeah, I'm like Ricky.
Right, I was like, oh shit.
Oh man,
dude, this dude can
I get
wrestle.
your appetite maybe not up for it right now. So like, bruh.
He can talk for days. He can wrestle for days. He tells amazing stories inside and outside the ring, and he makes me feel, makes me care. So yeah, sir, you are worthy to be top 5 on my list for AEW.
All right, you get full credit for having 5 at least.
Yeah. Number 4, Samoa Joe, the king of television. Come on, man. What a cold ass monarch right there. Yeah. All right. He actually gets it when he's on TV. All right. He doesn't need to wrestle. He just could tell beautiful stories, beautiful promos. He has a great cadence. He has an intimidating voice. You know what I'm saying? He could come off very, very comedic and then very chilling and almost, I'm gonna kill you right now. All right. So it's crazy how he's able to balance that, but he does it so well. All right. And his wrestling, still, bar none, he keeps on performing well in the ring. So I got no problems with that. Now he's a double champion. I love who he's calling himself, the king of television, using that monarch, getting spot eyes. People are paying attention to him. So yeah, Samoa Joe, you are worthy. Number 4 on my list. Number 3, the Wizard, the Ocho, Chris Jericho. Come on, another one that makes me feel. All right. And what can I say, man? 30 years in the game, he doesn't miss. This dude just ever evolved his character. He started being one of the first factions in AEW for Inner Circle. Now he transformed into the Jericho Appreciation Society, JSS, which is hilarious. You know what I'm saying? You got everybody who has, you know, a personality. Danny Garcia still working it out, but now I pay attention to him because he aligned himself with Chris Jericho. You know, he put people over, he get people to pay attention to his matches, especially how he so smartly set that up. What was it, last week when he had that jobber match? He was like, yeah, I got to prepare for my match with just some jobber. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy how the fans took that, saying, jobber, let's go, jobber. I was like, holy shit. You know what I'm saying? Chris Jericho, just a brilliant mind in the professional wrestling game, who's able to put over a no name. All right. And now he's all elite. So we see where that goes. But another one, top 5, who's been doing great work for 2022, Chris Jericho. Number 2, John Moxley. Yes, this dude is the workhorse of the AEW men's roster. He just been putting in a lot of work, cutting himself every goddamn match. Yeah, it got a little boring, you know what I'm saying? But what I can appreciate is the passion that he has in his promos. I still like his wrestling. It's very violent. It's very like a bar fight style, just, you know, more similar to Stone Cold, just brawling instead of just technical wrestling. But yet he can mix it up with technical wrestling. He might choke you out in submission. So I appreciate the in-ring storytelling ability as well for John Moxley. So he's putting in amazing work. Number 1, my favorite heel in AEW, MJF, the best storyteller in AEW. All right. He is my favorite in AEW. All right, everybody know. You know what I'm saying? He is my favorite in AEW. All right, just got to put that out there. He does amazing work. He seldomly wrestles.
Yeah, that's true.
He seldomly wrestles. Okay, you understand that, crowd? People listen. He seldomly wrestles, but he gets you to care about his stories that he tells outside the ring. So when he wrestles, it is very important, and people care so much because of the stories he's telling. And he's one of the best in-ring storytellers too. I love his wrestling style. It's very slow, methodic. Sometimes he can take in the air. That's cool, but I appreciate when he's more grounded, more submission-based when he needs to. And I love it. Sometimes he beat you with a headlock takeover move, which was when he said that, I loved it. And he actually beat his opponents with that before. So yes, number 1, MJF, my favorite heel in AEW, the best storyteller in AEW.
Man, that's awesome. That's awesome. It's gonna be funny when you hear mine. I'm actually gonna make a last second change because there's someone that I feel like I debated so much about having them at the 5 spot, and I just feel like I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. And maybe I want all the smoke with this, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say it because I feel like the respect needs to be dealt out. So number 5, men's ranking, I'm giving it to Sammy Guevara. I don't care. I'm giving
my dog.
It's happening. Yes. Sammy Guevara, I'm giving number. Why? You know what's beautiful about this? I can't hear any of that. I can't hear none of that. Sammy Guevara is one of the best wrestlers in the world, period. That man goes out there and performs. There's not a Sammy Guevara match that you see that is boring, that he doesn't put his whole heart into. The man performs. He goes out there and he puts in work. And I don't give a damn. I don't care. He's with Tay Conti. Good for them. You know what? The fact that he's with Tay Conti too, and then they got married and they're happy, I'm giving him even more points. People are lucky I don't even rank him higher than that. But Sammy Guevara is getting that love and respect from me, all right? Like, he just deserves that. So, Sammy Guevara, number 5. Done. Yes, it is decided.
Yeah. Even I would tripping like, wait, what? Explain.
Oh, man. No, Sammy Guevara. Yes. People hate on him, and I don't understand why. I don't get it. But that's okay. It's
like, for this year, are you going based out of 2022, right?
Yeah, this is for this year. This is for this year. I feel like every year that I've seen Sammy Guevara since what was the faction that Jericho had before this?
The Inner Circle.
The Inner Circle. Like, Sammy Guevara was, again, as a wrestler, like, in ring, just amazing. And then the cue cards back in the day was awesome.
Yeah, you're getting the smoke, now, bro. You are getting the smoke.
Hey, bring it on, because I need people to explain to me why this dude sucks. There's nothing about his wrestling that sucks. You want to say he's annoying because he's in love and he's with Tay Conti, or Tay? That's not even her last name anymore. She changed her last name, but Tay, I'll just say Tay. That Tay Mello, I think is her last name now.
Yeah.
That was her ex-husband's last name, so now she's gone back to Mello. So yeah, like, to me, it's all just hate. It's all just blind hate. And so I got to look at the work this man is doing. He's doing hella work when you watch his matches. Come on, man. You can't tell me this man in ring is not putting on good matches, sacrificing his body to give everybody a show. You can't tell me that. It's like, to me, it's like the whole Ronda Rousey thing, where people look at Ronda Rousey and they say, oh, she sucks. But I'm watching her. I'm like, but why? But why does she suck? Somebody actually tell me why she sucks and let it make sense. Let it be clear.
Oh, wow.
Don't just be that, hey, it's like, I don't like her because she's MMA, or I don't like her because I feel like she doesn't want to be there. But then she's going out there and she's putting in work and she's trying different things and she's mocking Liv Morgan with the tongue out and she's going out there and just like having fun with one of her best friends and just trying to entertain in new and different innovative ways, and people are still saying she sucks. Doesn't make sense. make it make sense to me why she sucks and why Sammy Guevara sucks. So there you go. That was an impromptu change to my list. Sammy Guevara, number 5. Number 4 is
hold on. I got a quick. So who was your original 5 then? If you made an impromptu.
So Daniel Garcia and him for me were right there. It was those two. Dan Garcia, I love the work that he had done this year. And honestly, there were a lot of people that I was like, oh man, I wanted to put Claudio on the list because I feel like Claudio's been doing a great job. You know, 2-time ROH champion now. So I've been really loving what he's been doing. But yeah, Dan Garcia was the one that I was like, ooh, because I really love that story with him, with Jericho and Bryan. You know, it just felt very like, you know, I felt it. I believed it. And I loved how the crowd got behind Daniel Garcia with that. And I actually think it was kind of a mistake to have him turn and rejoin Jericho, because now it feels like it's kind of gone a little bit dead. Like all that momentum just seems like it disappeared with him having rejoined him now. So, whereas before it seemed like, well, he may go against Jericho. And what I feel like should have happened was he did go against Jericho for the ROH championship and beat Jericho to become the ROH champion. Like that to me would have put Dan Garcia on another level. Like Claudio, it's cool that he has it, but he didn't really need it. But put that on Dan Garcia, make him the champion. That would have been amazing for his career. So for me, I just feel like that was a little bit of a misstep. And if that would have happened, clearly I would have had Dan Garcia right there. But no, I got Sammy because I feel like 1, I want the smoke. 2, because Sammy, looking at his matches, like if you look at it objectively, I don't understand how you can say the man sucks because he's just going out there and he's doing a hell of a job.
He sucks. So this is what Drew said. He's basically a spot fest guy. Doesn't do anything interesting or anything particularly good in the ring. He doesn't improve on anything. So this is where
if you like Darby Allin and you're telling me that Sammy Guevara sucks because he's a spot fest guy, I think you need to think twice about what you're saying. Like you really got to think about it. No, not you. I'm saying anybody. Anybody. Like Darby Allin, I love Darby Allin. I think he's great, right? Yeah. But let's think about it. He's a daredevil, right? All he does is put his body on the line. As a matter of fact, if we're really talking about it real, most of the guys in AEW are like this. You know, so if you say that, AEW is basically full of spot fest wrestlers. Like that's what it is. I mean, Devin, be real. Like we talk about lack of story, and one of the things you don't like is like, oh, you had 3 tag teams on your list, and 2 of them are spot fest. Like Lucha Bros and Young Bucks were not on your list because what? You don't care because all they care is those high spots. So that's like all of AEW, really. So I can't knock Sammy Guevara for doing for everybody. You should be, whoever's saying that should be saying, well, I can't stand Lucha Bros and I can't stand the Young Bucks and I can't stand Darby Allin and I can't stand like 90% of the roster.
Oh shit!
Like,
want all the smoke.
So it's all love, but I'm trying to be as objective as possible with it. And when I see this, I'm trying to understand where the actual hate comes from. And I feel like where it started off was with this whole thing with him and Pam, and that's none of our business. That don't got nothing to do with
I didn't care about that. It's just to me, the spots he does, it just seems unsafe. Like, all right, how many years are you willing to take off your body going with this style? You know, I remember that ladder match he had with Cody Rhodes.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just, some spots was just totally unnecessary for him to take. You know what I'm saying? Or that match he had with Scorpio Sky. He was doing some type of maneuver and Scorpio Sky couldn't catch him correctly. And he just fell completely just down on the mat.
But didn't he do like a leapfrog off of a ladder, like onto into a splash or something like that, into like a frog splash? Like the dude, yes, he does those crazy spots, but he's doing that for us, right? He's doing that to entertain us. And look at, again, I'll bring up Darby Allin.
He can do something much simpler to get the same response.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. And look, the older I get, the more I'm like, I don't need y'all to do all that for me because it hurts me watching you do that.
I'll be that old man then. Goddamn, that's how like I feel. Right. You know, 20 years ago, I'm like, yeah, that was awesome. Now it's like, God damn, bro, come on.
Right.
Just calm down.
So I totally get that side. And that's how I felt about watching Darby Allin do that spot on the chairs, on the bed of chairs with Jeff Hardy. It was the same thing. It was like, you didn't need that. And that didn't even finish the match. That was just a regular spot in the match. He has a ladder in the ring. He has a bed of chairs down. Jeff Hardy is not even on the chairs. He's supposed to catch him, which ridiculous. It was unnecessary. but I don't hear people hating on Darby Allin, you know. So, and Darby Allin, I think, takes just as many risks as Sammy Guevara. So
I remember saying that was a dumbass spot. I didn't
what
like
you're
it.
saying. I can respect it from a standpoint of you're saying like, hey, don't risk your body like that. Like it's hard for me. Like I don't want you to get hurt.
Yeah,
like, and it's
I want him to keep on continuing to
keep wrestling for a long period of time.
Yeah,
exactly. Like, but I don't think that's what it is. I don't think that's why people boo him and say he sucks. I think it's more like personal, and we don't really know this man personally. So that's not like that to me is no. You know, as far as him as a wrestler, you can't tell me why he sucks, but that everybody else in AEW is all right. You know, at least you're consistent. There is a specific thing that makes you say AEW in general needs to get their shit together. Yes. So I can respect that because you're consistent with that. But I feel like there's a lot of fickle people out there who will say this about Sammy and not look at every other wrestler out there and say, well, he's doing the same thing they're doing. So is it fair that I boo him when all these other guys, the Young Bucks, are everything he's doing? Like the Young Bucks do the same shit. So boo the Young Bucks then. But it's not that. It feels like it's personal. And that should not be what we're doing. So that's it. I did that on purpose and to start that conversation. So there we go. Sammy Guevara, I got you. You don't suck.
Yeah. Ivy got something to say real quick. He says it's true, but the difference with Darby and Sammy is that Darby storyline wise, quote, on that he inputted correctly better, and he takes the L's more than Sammy.
That he has input it correctly. I don't get that part.
I'm not understanding that. You talking about wrestling?
The difference with Darby and Sammy is that Darby's storyline wise, quote, on that he's input it correctly better, and he takes the L's more than Sammy. I guess takes the L's more than Sammy. But I guess the thing with that though is that so because he wins more than he gets, he's I don't know. I guess I don't agree with that. You know, as far as Darby taking more L's and that making it better than Sammy because he wins more. I don't know. I mean, that's like, well, then, damn, Tribal Chief. We should all be hating on Tribal Chief, man, because all those dubs he's getting. We got the biggest Tribal Chief fan in the world right here.
I can't even do that. He wants him to be first hour. I'm sorry, Tribal Chief. I should have did that within the first 2 minutes of starting this live stream. I ain't do this in the first hour yet. Shame on me. I'm sorry, sir.
All right,
get them ones up.
Here, I've been putting some more in. Let's see. I'm not saying Sammy sucks. He's legit. But this year in the beginning, what's he really done memorial-wise besides the Bryan matches, ending the year, but trying? For me, it's more about the I'm going to be very upfront and honest about the fact that it upsets me that he gets this much hate. And when I watch his matches, he is performing on a high level. I mean, he was just in that fatal 4-way for the ROH championship, right? So
yeah, yep.
So in you could hear the crowd. They were just wanting to hate on him. I don't know. I just feel like Sammy as a wrestler, when you look at the best wrestlers in AEW, like he's right up there with anybody. I mean, a lot of people want to put, like for me, I'd say, gosh, like MJF as a wrestler, I wouldn't say he's the best wrestler, but he's up there. He's one of the, like, I guess as far as a technician, he's really good. But if I think of like Ray Phoenix, I think of Kenny Omega, I think of Adam Hangman Page, I think of all these guys, and even Darby. Yeah, like as a guy who can do it all. Like, because what's funny is Hangman Page has a similar style where he does, as big as he is, he does high flying moves too. And you look at the Young Bucks, you look at Ray Phoenix, the Lucha Bros as a team. Like a lot of the guys in AEW, a lot of the most popular guys in AEW do this style. And there's things that, when Sammy goes like, oh, I'm doing this crazy thing, it's because like he knows, and he's trying to He's trying to entertain, and I think he's trying to have people like earn their respect by putting his body on the line. And for me, I mean, he doesn't have to do that, but I do see what he's doing, and I do respect it. Especially if I'm going to go and I'm going to cheer all these other guys. It's like, well, I'm cheering him for doing this move that this other guy did in the last. Look at the trios match we just saw with Death Triangle and the Elite. Yeah. And like this hardcore matchup with all this shit going on and people going through tables on the outside and jumping. It was all over the place, and was it enjoyable? Yes. Was some of it necessary? Yes. But no one's saying you guys suck. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's just to say, hey, I respect Sammy, and on my list, he's going in the top 5 because I do want that smoke, and I want people to really ask themselves the question:
top 5. Wow.
Why does Sammy suck? If you want to say he's not top 5, cool. But if you want to say Sammy sucks, I want to know why. I want to have the conversation for why. Because that, for me, is not right. So this is purely to start that conversation. Okay. That is it.
Y'all hear that? Fine. Listeners, viewers, y'all hear that? All right. He wants to know why.
The conversation. Darby can tell storyline wise that Sammy.
Hold on. Oh.
Yeah, that last one. I want to see what Ivan was saying.
Was it this one?
It was about Darby. Darby can tell storyline wise and Sammy. Sorry, mistyped. Okay. I think he means that the storyline wise, storytelling wise, that Darby is better than Sammy overall.
Well, yeah, that's true. And I think it helps with, he's paired up with Sting, even though Sammy's paired up with Chris Jericho, but still.
Yeah, I'm gonna be watching real close. Like, it's funny how segments on our show kind of evolve and become a thing. Where's Miro, for instance, or where's Wardlow, which Wardlow, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not on my list. Where's Wardlow? Where's Miro? They're missing from both of our lists. Yeah. Now I'm thinking it's gonna be Sammy sucks. Like, I'm gonna be on a watch for Sammy sucks, and I want to understand the Sammy sucks movement. Like, I'm not even saying you can't have that opinion, but I want to have an actual conversation about it versus people just saying like blankly that he sucks. Because when I watch him, I'm like, this dude doesn't suck. As a matter of fact, he's awesome. Like, the moves that he's doing, the matches he's having, he's doing a hell of a job.
But I hear you, but the shit he does,
I get it from your standpoint.
No. I don't think the debate. What I'm saying too, like, yeah, he takes unnecessary moves, but shit he does too, it takes me out of wrestling. His in-ring storytelling is it doesn't make sense. I remember him and MJF went at it, and then MJF did like a tombstone power driver, like off the second rope or some shit that.
No, we talked about that.
Yeah, and then Sammy kick out, like he does these kick outs out of these crazy ass, you think they're finishers, and then he just takes him though. Well, yeah,
that's AEW.
That is, yeah.
That's AEW. That's everybody.
Brings me to my point. The AEW sucks. All right,
and I'm of the mindset that it doesn't. So that's what I'm trying to understand. See, I can get, again, I appreciate your consistency, sir. I can at least appreciate that. You are consistent in that storytelling is above all for you, and that all the high spots don't mean shit. And I can respect that. So when you say you don't like Sammy Guevara, I understand why. Is because storyline wise for you, he's not it. I get it. But I don't feel like everybody's doing it for the reasons that you are. So that's what I'm challenging right now.
I get you.
Because when I'm watching a match and I'm seeing like such and such getting cheered, this guy getting cheered, this guy getting cheered, they're doing the same shit that Sammy's doing. And then Sammy gets out there, he's getting booed. I'm like, no. That shit is personal. They just chose not to like this man for whatever reason. And honestly, I still think it goes back to his personal life and the fact that he's with Tay Mello. And that's nobody's business. Like, him and Pam was him and Pam. Right. Him and Ty is him and Ty. Leave it alone. It has nothing to do with us. Like, people act like he stole our girl. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Mr. Steal Your Girl stole our girl. Like, come on, man. Like, relax.
Oh man, that's a funny ass point.
You know what I'm saying? Damn. Anyway, let's move on. All right. Funny enough, the rest of the list is exactly the same.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
See, look at that. See?
Number four, I have Ricky Starks.
Okay.
Number 3, I have Chris Jericho. Number 2, I have Jon Moxley. And number 1, I have motherfucking MJF. Yes. I mean, I'm not going to repeat everything you said. Everything you said is how I feel about it too. So we'll move on from there. But yes, the Sammy Guevara conversation had to be had.
Yes. I'm clipping that. That conversation. That's clip worthy right there. Worthy right there on the TikTok.
Hey, let's go. All right. So let's go to the WWE, where you're gonna see Devin's mood just raise up because he's gonna feel a lot better about talking about WWE than AEW.
Yeah, because we talk about WWE.
Oh boy! Yeah!
And I know it's muted for you, but you know that.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say I couldn't hear it, but I know. I get the vibe. Just seeing the, it's already understand. I get it. All right, man. You go ahead and take it, man. Tag teams, go.
WWE top 5 tag teams. All right, so number 5, I'm gonna go with the Alpha Academy. All right, Chad Gable, Otis, especially Chad Gable, man. Shush. Awesome performer in the ring, having bangers. AJ Styles having bangers with like Dolph Ziggler, just killing it. And then he's, with his personality, he's bringing it out just almost on a weekly basis, even more and more. He's have the catchphrase now as part of his video, a part of their video when they come out. It's like, shush, please. It's like, he's smartly branding his catchphrase and it's working. And then Otis, that the massive tree trunk, and Otis being Otis again. He's not being that, used to be that serious guy, but now it seemed like the more lively part of Otis is coming out again. The part we used to love when him and Heavy Machinery used to be together. And now it seemed like it's starting to come into fruition for Alpha Academy. And they were tag team champs as well. So yeah, Alpha Academy, 5 on my top 5 tag teams for WWE. Number 4, the New Day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Just you talking about consistent New Day. Anytime you need them, plug them in anywhere. You're going to be paying attention to them. Plug them into a story. You'll gravitate to that story. They're entertaining as hell. They get you to laugh. Sometimes they can come off corny, but it works, for the kids, I think. Yeah, and I'm corny too, and I enjoy their. Yeah, exactly. I love it. You know what I'm saying? Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, just putting in amazing work. What they did last week was what was on SmackDown, coming out with nutcrackers and getting Imperium doing like the robot. Dude, I can't get enough of that. Now they over in NXT, putting over guys in the tag team division, just killing it because they're NXT tag team champions. So yeah, it is worthy of them to be number 4 for the WWE top 5 tag teams. Number 3, the Street Profits. All right. Street Profits, they've been, to me, they have like a similar build to like FTR. They have tag team matches, but yet they have single matches. So you get to see them, how they both, evolve as a singles wrestler too, especially not like Montez, but Angelo Dawkins as well. You know what I'm saying? Getting more confidence. Now he wrestles without the shirt now. So that just speaks to his confidence that he has. He's grown, in the ring. And I appreciate that in Montez. What more can you say? This dude has mega hops, even still with the extra 20, 25 pounds of muscle you put on. You know what I'm saying? Just, even more swole with the 50-inch vertical leap, I'm guessing, but it looked like a 50-inch vertical with the awesome, aerial assault that he has. So yeah. And then they had a great storytelling match with one of the best tag teams, the Usos at Money in the Bank. Is one of my favorite matches that they just told this beautiful like 3-tier take of a story that they had. And it was so beautiful for Money in the Bank, man. I think it was like 25 minutes and they killed it. Number 2, RK Bro. The way these two single competitors came together. It was a story for them to come together. And then once they came together, it was still a process of filling each other out. And once they saw eye to eye, have built that in-ring chemistry, they had a catchphrase, RK Bro. You saw Matt Riddle just, taking bits and pieces of Randy Orton, like the RKO now, and he uses it as his finisher. The stories that they had, especially the stories that they had with the Usos, the Bloodline, and when the Usos kicked them out, exiled Randy and sent them packing. You know what I'm saying? That was crazy. Had kids crying in the crowd. I'll never forget that. It got me to feel something. You know what I'm saying? During that match, when they lost their tag team titles to the Usos, and they got their ass kicked after that, and the kids were crying. Beautiful moment. Beautiful moment.
Beautiful.
Number one, y'all the twos, and we the ones, the motherfucking Usos, part of the bloodline, putting in that work, the double champions, undisputed tag team champions, the best in the PWI, the best tag team in professional wrestling going in today. All right, what can I say about them? What I haven't said before throughout this podcast. They're great in-ring storytellers. They're great outside ring storytellers. We saw the ever-evolving characters, not only for Jimmy, you know what I'm saying, but for Jay, when he evolved into the right-hand man, main event Jay Uso now. So now you used to have that, what was the stereotype, like, oh, you used to say, which one are you? Now you can tell the difference. You know which one is Jimmy. You know which one is Jay. They both have a different style. It's almost similar to FTR. They watch each other back. They tell great in-ring storytelling. You know what I'm saying? They slow it down. They like to be methodical, and they evolve their finisher. It used to be the Uso Splash. Now it's the 1D. All right. Honoring, forgot the tag team, the Dudley Boys. Yes, honoring the Dudley Boys. So hell yeah, man. Number one, the motherfucking Usos, because they the ones. Y'all the twos. Y'all the twos. Y'all the twos. FTR 2. You the ones. AEW 2. Ones.
Oh man, damn.
That's my 5. See, I have 5.
You got 5.
I got 5.
That's good. All right. So my top 5. Number 5, I got the Alpha Academy as well. Alpha Academy independent work. So definitely Alpha Academy was on my list right there. Number 4, I got Imperium. I actually got Imperium there. Like, just as a tag team, those two dudes, man. You got Ludwig Kaiser, Giovanni Vinci. Anytime they're on screen, anytime they're together, it's just tag team, like a tag team masterpiece. Those two guys are amazing. Their work ethic is great, and it's not going to be long. Well, I mean, the Usos, who knows? We'll see how long the story goes, but I can feel it that it's just a matter of time before they are WWE Tag Team Champions. Number 3 is RK Bro. I had a hard time with it at first because I was like, man, it's been a while. It's been a long while since we've seen them, but you can't deny the work that they were doing before Randy had his injury. Yes. And just the chemistry that those two guys have. It's amazing. The storytelling was, at a time, their story was like the best story on Raw. Like, that was the story, because Tribal Chief was exclusively on SmackDown for a while. So on Raw, it was them. Yeah. It was RK Bro. So shout out to RK Bro. Shout out to Randy Orton. Fingers crossed he gets healthy sometime soon. We get to see him again and have him and Riddle resume their story, because that, oh my God, is another masterpiece waiting to happen. Number 2, I got the New Day. I got the New Day at number 2.
Oh, man. Okay.
I got them all the way up there. I think that this NXT championship win pushed them up a little bit higher for me because, one, they're the only, I guess, now Grand Slam tag champions in WWE. They're the only team to have NXT, Raw, and SmackDown championships. When Xavier went to, or when Xavier and Kofi went to NXT, they were talking about it, that they had made history. And I feel like that was cool to do, to kind of announce that and say, like, hey, we're like, yes, they did lose the moniker of having the longest title reign ever, but now they have sole possession of this new thing where, you know, you're Raw tag team and NXT or Raw, SmackDown, and NXT tag team champion. So, you know, shout out to the New Day for that, and just always being consistent. Just the picture of consistency, and at the height of the tag division, there's only one above them, only one. Y'all know who it is. The Usos, my favorite tag team, not just on SmackDown, not just on Raw, not just in 2022, 2021, 2020. No, this is my favorite tag team of all time. Yes, I'm saying it. The Usos are my favorite tag team of all time. It's not the first time I've said it, but I'm making sure I put my stamp on it right here, right now. They are my favorite. Yes, my favorite tag team of all time. You know, they really stood out to me because I was a fan of them before, but they really stood out to me when they changed to the Uso Penitentiary.
Yes,
we saw them just kind of like get more aggressive. They're on the microphone and
change the music.
They changed the music. The cadence back and forth between the two of them was on point always. And now, you know, this year with the Tribal Chief, just the storytelling has just been on another level. You know, everything that they've been doing, even recently with Jay and Sammy and Jay not being Usi and Jimmy saying, yo, that's my dog, and having the handshakes with him. It just, all that stuff on the outside has been great. But the in-ring as well, just they're always on point. They innovated with the 1D, like you mentioned. Like, it's just been awesome to see. So shout out to the Usos, the best, hands down, tag team in the world, period. Don't give me FTR. Don't give me the Young Bucks. I don't want to hear it. It is the
I don't want to
Usos.
hear that shit either. All right? Get the ones up. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear FTR. No. The Usos.
Yep. All day.
What up, Tim? What up, TK? In the building. Make sure y'all check out Floyd Slapper Sports. All right. Shout out to him. Doing good work.
All right, let's go to the women's division. And, you know, I said it before, you know, I feel like with this list, you know, hey, if I'm going to get the smoke, I'm going to get the smoke. It's fine. Number 5 is Ronda Rousey. I'm saying it. Ronda Rousey is in my top 5. She is number 5. Again, somebody tell me why she sucks. Tell me why she sucks. I'm tired of it. I hear people booing. But then when she's not champion and Liv is champion, everybody wants to cheer. Everybody wants
Liv is mid.
Right.
Liv.
Right. No. So where y'all at now? When y'all had Liv as champion and y'all were booing and wanted Ronda, now Ronda's champion, now you booing her. Make up your minds. Becky Lynch said it. Daniel Bryan said it. People are fickle. So Ronda Rousey, I said it during my whole rant. Oh, that's awesome. You know, Ronda Rousey, I feel like she's putting in the time, she's putting in the work, she's showing like she's trying to be more entertaining, even like with backstage segments and these beat downs. I just appreciate the work she's putting in. You know, and she is the baddest woman on the planet. She can literally whoop all their asses for real. Like, she has the credibility, so you believe she should be dominant. She should be winning all the matches she's in. It just makes sense. Now, you know, as far as there was a time where it seemed like, okay, she was a little bit maybe disinterested in what was going on. Maybe it felt that way, but we don't know that. We don't know what was going on. There may have been some other shit going on in her life.
Really, we don't
know anything. We can only assume, and you know what happens when you assume, you know. So let's just take it for what it is and see what she's doing now instead of holding against her what we think that she was going through, or the lack of interest that we think she had. So that's not what it's about. It's about, let's be honest, let's be fair, let's look at it objectively and just see like, hey, is she trying to entertain? Is she putting in that effort? And she is. So for me, she's number 5. Number 4, man, if I got the smoke for that, maybe I get the smoke for this. Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan is number 4. Yes. Wow. Liv Morgan is number 4. I don't give a damn. Liv Morgan was champion this year. When you look at all of the women on the list, you're going to see like there were some successes, and yeah, all of them were champions. So except for one, but you'll understand that one person that hadn't been the champion this year. But Liv Morgan, she won the Money in the Bank. She became champion. She had a championship reign. And for everything that you may say about Liv Morgan, that whatever, she's mid, this and that, what you can't take away from Liv Morgan is that she got to that point to where WWE said, hey, this is your turn. We're going to give you a chance. Go out there and do the damn thing. We're going to give you the spotlight. And what I love about Liv is that she didn't shrink in that spotlight. She took it on. She said, okay, put it on me. I'm going to do my best. And she did. She went out there amidst the whole thing with her tapping out to Ronda and people booing her. She was trying to figure that out. And yeah, we were critical of how she tried to cover that up. But then she comes back and she's sitting in the crowd, all cocky. She's got the championship raised up like she's the champion. Like, I love that, like that swagger that she started to develop. And even after losing, then you start to see like, okay, she's not just going to fade away and go to, main event or, some other unseen TV show. She's still on the show. She's still out there trying to make a name for herself. And I feel like this is probably the best thing to happen to her, because now she doesn't have that pressure of being champion. She can just go out there and perform and have a good time. And she can even seem like a bigger star. So that chase for her, we say that about all the faces, right? Your face is hard to stay relevant as champion when you're a face, but when you're chasing, even Becky Lynch, as great as she is, was better during the chase than she was actually as champion. Yeah. So for Liv, this could be the best thing to happen to her. But yeah, as far as like success this year, like it's hard to argue anybody that was more successful than Liv Morgan. There are a few, but not 4, or 5 for me. For me, Liv Morgan, she did the damn thing in 2022. So shout out to Liv Morgan. Now, number 3, these are going to be some usual suspects. Becky Lynch. I mean, come on. Becky Lynch, she killed it. She wasn't the main event, but she basically had a main event match against Bianca Belair at WrestleMania. And she was killing it as a heel all the way through up until that point where she finally lost the championship. Bangers, right? Then she got injured. Now she's back, and she comes back in the War Games match, pulls after being injured all that time. Now you're going to go to the top of the cage and pull off a elbow drop through a table, like or a leg drop, whatever move it was, leg through drop. A table. Yeah, through a table immediately. And now you're in a storyline with Bayley, who you have this long history with, but you haven't had an actual one-on-one match with in years. And then you go out and you have an entertaining match there too. Like, come on, like Becky Lynch, she is the man. Number 2, the one person that has not been champion this year, but she's moved all the way up to number 2 for me. I mean, come on. It's mommy. It's Rhea Ripley. Like, come on. Let's be real. All right. Rhea Ripley. All right. She's a bad bitch. All right. There's really not much else that needs to be said than that. But you look at it, she is the uncrowned leader of the Judgment Day. She is mommy. She is doing the damn thing. Yeah, she's
mommy, bail me out of jail, mommy.
Look, oh man, dude, we could that whole thing right there. Like, I won't make it in jail. I won't make it in jail.
Hey, I ain't gonna make it in jail.
Oh man, yeah, man, dude, it's been a masterwork seeing Rhea Ripley in action. Just whether it's in ring or just being like on the outside, just screaming at her team, telling them to win, like trying to push them to win and motivate them, to just whispering in Dom's ear. It's all been awesome. So Rhea Ripley, number 2. And of course, I mean, come on. It could be no one else for number 1.
Yes, I know.
The EST of WWE,
formalities.
Bianca Belair. Yes. Number 1. If you got a different number 1, at me. I need to hear the reasons. Because no, not accepting that. Number 1 in the women's division for WWE is clearly Bianca Belair. All right. Let's not overthink it. It's Bianca. That's it.
Woo-wee. What a list. You know what? I'm going to say that was a fire list, bro.
Thank you, man.
Because you know what? Because my number 5 It's Ronda too.
Hey! Yes.
I had to laugh when you had that. I was like, oh shit. Eye to eye. Yes. Come at me too. You know what I'm saying? What she's doing as a heel, putting the spotlight, seeing more of a badass. I'm like what she's doing backstage.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Raquel. They took her arm out, threw some ice on it. She was like, yeah, put some ice on that bitch. I was like,
take about 26 minutes. You'll be fine.
26 minutes. I was like, damn, that's
like this is what I'm talking about. Yes,
that was kind of cold shit.
Right.
Number 4, Liv Morgan.
Oh!
Liv Morgan.
Yes.
I can't believe that. I can't believe 5 and 4. I was like, wow. Yes.
Yes.
I'm with you with Liv Morgan. Her title reign, the build to get to her title reign, it was beautiful. Loved it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Money in the Bank, cashing in, and then proving herself to be a worthy champion. Loved it. You can complain about the finishing, the endings, yeah, so what? But I think she came and rose to the occasion of being a champion, of what it takes of being a women's champion for the SmackDown brand. So yeah, of course, Liv Morgan. Number 3, little reverse. Number 3,
not mad at that.
Rhea Ripley.
Mommy.
Yeah, mommy.
When he said that
Dude.
from inside that cop car,
Yes.
I said, "No, man! Like what?
Mommy, Coffin and Priest. Mommy, Coffin and Priest."
He didn't call her Rhea. He said, "Mommy."
Mommy.
I said, "This dude is dedicated to this."
Hey, I'm not gonna make it in jail.
I'm not gonna make it in jail. No, seriously, I'm not gonna make it in jail.
Hey, I'm not
gonna make it.
I can appreciate he kept it 100 right there. He was like, "Hey, you see this?"
All that tough guy bullshit went away. He got it there. He's like, "Wait, what? Wait, what's happening?" Put my hands behind my back. What? Yeah. What's happening?
Rhea was like, "What you doing?
Right?
Why are you talking to serious all that? What's happening?" No, she was not having it.
That was some good shit. I love that.
Rhea Ripley, what she's doing, putting on bangers. With the match she had with Asuka as well. Had the match
that was hard hitting.
Yes.
Shout out to Asuka.
What she's doing at Judgment Day, what she did with what was it? She just had the match with what's his name?
Tozawa.
Tozawa. Yes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Fight me. Just real intergender match. I was like, oh shit, we are actually doing this.
We're doing this.
Give a damn. Oh, she was. Street Profits like, bro, what you gonna do? You gonna let her slap you like that? Get her. I was like, hey man, better be equal opportunist. You know what I'm saying? Better channel that inner Randy Orton. Yeah. But number 3, Rhea Ripley. Number 2, putting on bangers after banger after banger after banger. Becky Lynch.
Yes.
When she came back, got the belt back, and she brought up that Raw Women's division up to her level. What she did was amazing. She helped out, what was it, Rhea Ripley? She helped out at the time. It was what was her name? I'm trying to think of her name. It was trying to think of her name. She got brought up. It was Liv Morgan, but it was the other one too.
Recently in the tag match?
Not recently. This was a few months ago.
Okay.
It slips my mind, man. If it comes to me, I'll mention it. But what she's did with the women's division was amazing, man. Even having that women's match with Lita at the Crown Jewel. Dude, that was a banger and phenomenal, bro. So yeah. And then you said it. Number 1, of course, the EST of the WWE.
Come on.
Who else? Really? Yeah. Who else? You know what I'm saying? And Bianca Belair. And then what she's doing as a face is so phenomenal because I feel like she hasn't slowed down yet.
This doesn't happen to faces. This doesn't.
Face
champions. This doesn't happen.
It doesn't. You know what I'm saying? The ladder match. Well, I thought, all right, it seems like a good opportunity for her to drop the belt. She'll look strong without taking the pin. But you see the crowd getting behind her. and the crowd popped when she got the belt, when she grabbed the belt off the ladder. I was like, holy shit. I'm like, the crowd is still behind her. It is decided. She got this. Hashtag forever champ for Bianca Belair.
Yeah.
So yeah, number one, my top five women, the women's division in WWE. Let's fucking go.
Nice. I mean, we basically have the same list,
elite.
so no debate there needed. That was great. Let's go straight into the men's. Go. Top 5 for WWE men's division. Woo!
Woo-wee. It's on me?
Yeah, because I just did the women's.
Oh, you did. Okay, man.
Yeah.
You know what? This was like, I want to say my last 3, 4, 5. It was a little tricky. It's a little tricky. A little tricky. It was tough, man. It was this list. It was a good one.
It was easy. The hard part was I knew there was some people that I was going to omit that was going to hurt to not have them on the list. And so that's where it was like, shit, like you just leave it at top 5. I'm not going to be able to talk about certain names. Like,
I know.
So yeah.
You know what? Fuck it. Honorable mention, Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, he's not.
I hate that he's not in my top 5, man.
Yeah,
but that's how good my list is. All right.
Yeah.
But
yep.
He's not there.
Yeah.
Almost. He was.
That's
right
tough.
there.
That's tough.
But he's putting in good work. Seemed like a megastar. The way they redid his entrance, you hear the drums, the doom, doom, doom coming out with the chest all out, chest all swole. You know what I'm saying? He's about to put in that work. So yeah, unfortunately, Bobby Lashley, honorable mention. All right, but now I'll be getting my top 5. Top 5, Gunther.
Ooh.
Gunther. Putting in bangers, had the IC title for over 200 days now. And not only what he's telling stories in the ring, but he's telling stories outside the ring as well, using Imperium to tell that story as well. So you don't hear him. He doesn't talk a lot, but when he does, better pay attention. All right, because he keeps it short and sweet. He's very direct. I love the contract signing he had with Ricochet. He was like, bro, this ain't what you want, but since you here, I'm about to show you real violence. Even when he said that, I was watching New Day response, and they felt uncomfortable too. Oh shit, bro. Ricochet,
man.
Like just seeing the reactions was crazy, man. But Gunther putting in amazing work, had amazing matches with not only with Ricochet, was just recently, but Sheamus as well. You know what I'm saying? Clash at the Castle. Come on, bro. Come on. You know what I'm saying? That's another honorable mention right there. Sheamus. Yeah. It's not on my list, but I digress. Number 4, Cody Rhodes. Yes.
There is more than one royal family.
There are. There's facts. There's facts. How he just changed the game coming in to WWE, and not only just keeping the character, but keeping everything the same. The music, the Nightmare brand, and the mind that he has to negotiate that with Vince McMahon himself. This wasn't under Papa H. Watch. This was Vince.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So whatever game he pulled, whatever sales pitch he had, man, Vince McMahon was like, yeah, bro, it's all you. You know what I'm saying? They gave him all the pyro for the WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying? The 3 matches he had with Seth Rollins, just all bangers. The Hell in a Cell match with the pectoral muscle, and he's taking it off. I love that whole setup, and you hear the stadium gas. Like, holy shit. And I remember saying,
got
bro,
match
you are
a year.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Yes. I remember saying, like, bro, you are stupid to wrestle like this. You are stupid.
I was uncomfortable.
Yes.
I was uncomfortable watching that. Like, don't do this, man. It's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
But what he did, the mission statement that he came in, letting people know, like, hey, I'm on a mission to get the WWE title, showing the importance, showing his lineage, talking about his dad as well. I loved it all, man, the whole setup. So yeah, number 4, Cody Rhodes.
Nice.
Number 3, honorary Uso.
Hey,
Sami Zayn. Yeah. Hey. My man. Yes. Number 3. Yes.
I can't even.
Bet. Yes. Sami Zayn. He is killing it right now. Even before he joined the Bloodline, what he did from this past WrestleMania as well with Wee Man, you know what I'm saying? Or with Johnny Knoxville. He got that over. That was an entertaining ass match. You know what I'm saying? It was strictly storyline based, and it was strictly from an entertainment perspective as well. And I loved it. You know what I'm saying? Seeing Sami Zayn getting body slammed by Wee Man, hilarious, bro. You know what I'm saying? But he took that on the chin. But you saw what happened after that. It elevated him to the Bloodline. All right. He is part of the most important top faction, not only in WWE, but in professional wrestling. Okay? In professional wrestling, he is part of the top faction. Sami Zayn coming out with his own catchphrases. Usi, feeling Usi. That's on a t-shirt.
He's
now.
an Usologist.
Yeah, so Usologist now. That's all just what he does, the stories he tells, not inside the ring, but outside, not inside the ring, but outside the ring, man. You know what I'm saying? The little skits that he had, the little falling out between him and Jay. I remember the backstage exclusive. He was mentioning, hey, I'm gonna take him out to the Waffle House, and seeing Jay reaction, his head popped up like he was just in a bad mood. But soon as Sami Zayn mentioned Waffle House, he was like, "Oh shit, Waffle House!" He was like, "Yeah." Hey, they like Waffle House. So I'm gonna take them out. It's on me. I'm gonna get the hash browns.
Oh man,
hilarious, man. Just Sami Zayn is just doing amazing storytelling work. So yeah, man, he is worthy being on my list. The top 5 being number 3. Number 2, sir, you bear the name. You honor the Messiah, Seth freaking Rollins. It's the only guy. Yes, let's do that first. Yeah.
Whoa. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. You talking about getting to make you feel. This guy right here. He is the in-ring psychology that he brings is game changer now. All right. He evolved from being like this flippy dude, doing a lot of air, to now he's more technical, grounded, more character now. You know what I'm saying? So he likes to get in his opponent's heads, like of the cackle, the all of that. Just great character development from Seth freaking Rollins. The matches he had, especially from Royal Rumble, from earlier back in January, how he came out and disrespected my tribal chief and came out with the Shield music and Shield gear, and the tribal chief was like, he was having none of that. He was having none of that, bro. He was like,
he got that man's head.
He was all in his zone, and he was like, all you heard was Shield. I was like, he was like, what the fuck?
The fuck?
No.
Yes.
No. This is the reason why I say he is the only guy that is worthy because of the storytelling, the long-term storytelling that he has, the way he has aligned himself with the tribal chief. You know what I'm saying? He is, you know what the tribal chief is Batman, Seth Rollins is the Joker. All right. If the tribal chief is Superman, Seth Rollins is Lex Luthor. All right. They have a very yin and yang dynamic, and it's beautiful. All right. So that's why I deem him. He is worthy, the only guy worthy to take your title, sir. All right. You are hashtag forever champ. Remember that though. Head of the table. Get them ones up. All right. But number 1, you already know. Come on, man. Come on, man. What are we talking about here? What else I'm going to say?
Moving on.
Yeah, man. You go, man. You go. Get those ones up, man. You know. I'm talking about what else can I say more? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like if you've been paying attention to this show, you already know. You already know what the number 1 is going to be from Devin. 100,000%. Oh man. So yeah, we can just move on because really, I mean, the whole show is basically Tribal Chief. It's in the background right there with you. So I'm gonna go ahead and take over and talk about my list and move on. Number five is for me is Cody Rhodes. I got Cody Rhodes as number 5. I mean, you said it. Just Cody, the impact he had coming from AEW to WWE at WrestleMania, mind blowing. Never thought. I think if you would have asked people, like, do you think Cody Rhodes would ever go to WWE again when he started AEW? You'd be like, hell no. Why would he? He's running a company. He's got his perfect situation, right? And now he's in WWE. Like, it's just crazy. It's crazy how things can turn around where everything seemed like it was a honeymoon, it was great, it was wonderful, and then you turn around and like this man, jumped ship and now he's with WWE. So, and he's not just come in and had that one hit wonder type thing where, yeah, it was great for the moment, but then, it just kind of tapered off. No, like he had banger matches with Seth Rollins, that great series of matches where, it culminated with that Hell in a Cell and the torn pack, which was disgusting, but amazing to see this man just have that much heart and perseverance to say, you know what, I'm going to put on the show. I'm going to do this. And it's going to be one of the most memorable matches of all time. Definitely probably the most memorable to this moment, the most memorable Cody match of all time for sure. Yes. So yeah, just shout out to Cody for that. Number 4 for me is actually Sheamus. I got Sheamus as number 4.
Yeah, I'm not mad at this. This is a tough list right here.
Yeah, this is tough.
I get it, bro. I get it.
I got to give Sheamus some love, man, because Gunther, it hurts me to do that and say, like, okay, between those two, who would I have on the list and who would I not? But I feel like Cody, it has to happen. Like, Cody has to be there. And Sheamus, I feel like Gunther and Sheamus both came out of that match looking like $1 million. But I think there was something about Sheamus where it just felt like everybody finally got this man, respected this man. He had earned that respect in a loss, and it elevated his stature to like this other level where he's a top babyface now. And it would not surprise me if on the road to WrestleMania, he gets a title shot, one-on-one, Tribal Chief, and he would lose that. But just him getting an opportunity, you wouldn't be like, what? Sheamus? Why? No, you'd be like, yeah, no, it makes sense. He deserves that. He's earned it. So shout out to Sheamus. The man he puts out banger after banger after banger after banger after banger. Then the next 3, I got Sami Zayn. I've got Sami Zayn at number 3. Sami Zayn, what can you say? Honorary Oos, the doctor of Oosology, like the man, he's on a roll. I love everything he's doing. The crowd loves everything he's doing. What more can you say? Sami Zayn, he's amazing. Number 2, this is where the suspense builds a little bit because people watching the show know that I'm very objective when it comes to Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief. And so there's 2 people on the list. And I think one time when I did this list before, it was 3 people. And it because we were doing the overall, which we're still going to do. So stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned.
But yeah, it comes down to the Tribal Chief and Seth Rollins, those 2. Because for me, WWE right now, those are the 2 it guys. Number 2, I love this. He's like, which way is this man going?
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, he's the one, but number 2.
Non-believer. That's all right.
It's Seth Rollins. Number 2 is Seth
Rollins. Yeah! Put the ones up. Put the ones up in the chat. Put the ones up in the chat.
Seth Rollins is number 2. Seth Rollins has been amazing. Seth Rollins, that's my dude. Right now in WWE, like it's like a 1 and 1A with Roman Reigns as far as who's the best. But if I have to make the ranking, I gotta be real and I gotta say, hey, one of these guys right now has all the gold and is involved in the best storyline, period. The other guy doesn't have any gold, even though he is he doesn't really need it to be the top guy, and he's telling great stories on his own. But the best story, the best thing going right now in WWE is the Bloodline, led by the Tribal Chief, the head of the table, God mode himself, Roman Reigns is number one. Yes, it is decided. It is straightforward. That is the guy. That is the man. He's killing the game. Just every single time this man shows up, it's like, okay, game time. Like, this is what I want to see. This is why I'm tuning in. I'm wanting to see Roman Reigns, and he doesn't disappoint every single time. So, just on that alone, I feel like it's amazing to watch him. He's number one. And just the success rate. I mean, the dude, he keeps winning. He keeps, looking great in those winning roles. Whether or not he's getting helped by heel tactics, it's still entertaining. Even the match that he had with Logan Paul, it was like, okay, I was wondering how they were going to do it. Is this dude going to be selling for Logan Paul like crazy? Like, what is going to happen? He's going to look weak. But what I appreciated about it all was that he did the work to get Logan Paul over, to try to create a new star. And he was willing to put his own, I guess, status on the line for this dude to say, hey, big picture for the company, for the business, this is what's best for business. Let me go ahead and have a competitive matchup with Logan Paul to put this man over, trusting that Logan Paul is going to carry his part of the deal and put his best effort forward so that I don't look like an asshole selling to a guy who don't know what he's doing. So there was a great partnership that happened between those two, and a lot of that was on Roman Reigns' part. He had more to lose than Logan. Logan could just pack his bags and leave WWE the next day. He'd be like, all right, I tried it, I failed, cool. But Roman, selling to that dude and he sucks, it's like, well, shit, Roman, this is what he does. This is his backyard. So shout out to Roman for being willing to do that, and then just being, carrying the flag for WWE the way that he has. So shout out to Roman Reigns, number one for WWE. All right. So that concludes the top fives. Now we get into some interesting stuff with the overall, where we put it all together. We put together AEW, we put together WWE, and hey, if there's some surprises here and there, like, we'll go ahead and talk about that too. But overall rankings, we're gonna go with the tag teams first. Yeah. All right, so
get that
Devin.
AEW logo, put it on your side. I don't want that near me at all.
I'll take it. Where is it? I got y'all. I got y'all. I got y'all. Sorry, AEW.
WWE.
All right.
So top 10 tag teams.
You have list. 10.
I got 10 tag. I got 10 tag teams. I do. That I was able to.
I was like, my bad. I don't know. I know 8. I know 8. So.
All right. So, number 10, the Creed brothers.
Okay. All right.
I had to get, because what they did in NXT, a phenomenal tag team, great chemistry, the stories that they tell, what was going on with David Kemp and kind of imploded Diamond Mine within their team and faction. That was a great story, man. Trying to seeing the Creed brothers, rally behind that and telling the story of being the brothers' keeper. I enjoyed that, man. So, and then, phenomenal in-ring, got the cannonball from Brutus. See Julius just getting crazy, just charging up like Kaioken, whatever. Like, bro, it's insane, man. And he's a great prospect to be a singles competitor, because he showed me a lot with that David Kemp and that Halloween Havoc match that he had. So, in the ambulance match. So, yeah, I got to put Creed brothers, number 10. Number 9, the Good Brothers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Number 9, the Good Brothers, right. Man. I watch it Impact. I see what they do. And then I went to Impact Emergence in Chicago when they was part of the whole Bullet Club verse. What was it? Bullet Club verse, like Honor No More. Crazy match. You know what I'm saying? Took my son there. First wrestling match ever. He saw a table spot literally 2 feet away from him. He was a deer in headlights. He didn't know what to do. I was like, come here, son. It's about to go down. All right. But the Good Brothers, what they do, the promos, they're so entertaining. I love them, man. They remind me of like almost like stepbrothers, like Will Ferrell and what's the other guy's name? Will Ferrell and Step Brothers.
John C. Reilly.
Yeah, John C. Reilly, man. That's those type of personalities they have is entertaining, but it's like very attracting personalities that they have, man. So I appreciate that. Now they're in WWE, they still keep that same vibe, still keep that whole, hey, we're here for the money, and that's like their stick. They said that in Impact. We love that money. So it's hilarious. It's hilarious that they keep that same vibe, keep that same energy. But yeah, I gotta give, for what they bring, not only in ring but outside the ring, the Good Brothers. All right, number 8, the Briscoes. All right. Now, the reason why I got them at number 8, because from what I've seen of them with FTR, I've been impressed. All right. I've seen 3 matches with them with FTR, and they all have been impressive. So that is worthy of getting on my list, especially, from the video package I see from the Briscoes. They're very charismatic. They got that country slang. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So they definitely have like this unique look to them, and it's very eye appealing when they come out. And I love it, man. They're wrestling, bro. They get down. They get down on the wrestling. So I had to put them on the list for number 8 for the Briscoes. Number 7, Alpha Academy. Hey. All right. They made my top 10 list. Yes. Alpha Academy on the list. Like I said before, they do good things, especially Chad Gable. He's starting to come out more and more. See his personality. It really stands out. They give him a lot of camera in ring time too. So I love that as well, man. And you see the tag teams, you see the tag chemistry that they have, him and Otis. So I love it, man. Number 6, the Acclaim. Listen. All right. Number 6, the Acclaim. One of the best tag teams, or how many they have that I care about in AEW. Just saying. But I love what they bring. It feels like they get me to feel, because I love their interest. They come out with the freestyles. All right, they come out with the larger than life personalities. They got Billy Gunn now as basically their roadie. They're, you know what I'm saying? So I love that. All right, number 5, the New Day. Yes. Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah. All right. The most consistent tag team in professional wrestling. You know what I'm saying? I hear the complaints. Oh, they need to change it up. Their stick is getting old. Hey, maybe that's just you, because I enjoy it. It's still entertaining. Even they don't miss, even with their matches. The stories that they're in, they always hit. It's always entertaining. The promos that they have, I enjoy it. So hey, number 5, the New Day. Number 4, I got Street Profits.
Wow.
4. Yes. They put in good work. I think what helps is because I saw them as single competitors as well. Not only Montez, because usually sometimes you can get a feel, if they look like they're about to branch off and they only show like one person.
One of them.
Yeah. Nah, when Montez was hurt, this was Dawkins' opportunity to step up, and he did in a big way. So I appreciate that. And it actually helped them, I think strengthen their tag team even more, seeing them, compete on the singles competitors level too. So yeah, number 4, Street Profits. Number 3, RK Bro. Yes, I said it. One of the most dynamic tag teams in WWE and in professional wrestling, because this is an overall top 10.
Yeah.
This is a tag team that get me to care. I love their chemistry. I love the build that they got this. It was like a long-term story that they told to form this tag team, and they came out with the merch, RK Bro, the graphics, the little goofy-ass snake that Matt Riddle had.
I like that logo, though.
Yeah.
But it hat with the hair.
It works. They put their 2 mutants together and then a little gelling.
I love the theme.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, number 3, RK Bro. Number 2, one of the best in-ring storytellers in professional wrestling today, FTR. As Drew Yari put it in the comments, he said F2R because they were 2s. They're 2s. And you know who the ones. You know who the ones are. My guy said it. My guy said it.
Mm-hmm.
The Usos. The motherfucking Usos. Damn right they better be number one. They've been killing it, not only inside the ring, outside the ring, and being one of the most dominant top factions in professional wrestling today. So yeah, this is my top 10. Not no 6, not no 4, top 10 tag teams.
You found 10 tag teams and all of wrestling.
If you get to the caveat, you was like, hey, you can use other promotions. Bet.
Yeah. I'm glad I said that so you can fill out that list. Oh man, that's awesome. Okay. No, I respect it. So top 10 for me, basically it's all the teams that I'd mentioned before, but I got them reordered here. So number 10, I got the Young Bucks. I already talked about them. Number 9, I got the Gun Club. Number 8, I got Alpha Academy. So I got Alpha Academy over the Gun Club and the Young Bucks. Number 7, I have Imperium. Number 6, I have the Lucha Bros. I just love the Lucha Bros. I just wish they had more stories. They'd be higher for me because they are, for me, they're my second favorite tag team. They really are. Number 5, RK Bro. RK Bro, great tag team, great chemistry. We've said it all. Number 4, the New Day, the new NXT champions, the New Day. Number 3, the Acclaimed. Yes, the Acclaimed. Number 2, FTR. Gotta give them that respect. They are the 2s, but you already know. The Usos are the 1s. So yes.
Them ones up. Tim said it right here. And I just jump ahead and say the Usos the top act in all of wrestling in 2022. He said it.
Hey, Tim. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You get the sizzle.
Love it. So yeah, tag teams, that's easy. The Usos, number 1, FTR, y'all the 2s. It is what it is, but that's still an honor, so it's all good. All right, let's go to the women, and I'll jump off with that. So number 10, I have Toni Storm. Already talked about Toni Storm. Number 9, I've got Athena, again, ROH champion. I think she's got a great future ahead of her if they put her work on Dark on Dynamite. Number 9, I've got Rowdy Ronda Rousey at number 8. Number 8, Rowdy Ronda Rousey. Number 7, I've got the current AEW champion, AEW women's champion, Jamie Hayter. Above her at number 6, I've got the former SmackDown women's champion, Liv Morgan. At number 5, I've got Britt Baker. Doesn't have a championship, doesn't matter. She's one of the top acts in wrestling. She's one of the top 5 overall women in all of wrestling. She made top 5. Number 4, Becky Lynch. All right. Number 3, it's Mommy Rhea Ripley.
Mommy.
So that leaves Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair as the top 2. And both of them are bad bitches. But number 2 is that bitch, Jade Cargill, the TBS champion. And of course, the number 1, period. I've already said it. There is no other. If you
really
have
ain't.
another one,
it's
really
not. Yes.
It's Bianca. No, the EST
there we go,
of
sir.
WWE.
Yes.
Bianca Belair. Put some respect on her name. She is number 1.
Just respect on my name. All right. I see you on the overall top 10. Hey, I respect the list. I respect the top 10. Number 10 for me, Nyla Rose. All right. Number 9, Toni Storm. Number 8, Ronda. All right. Ronda. Yep. I said it. Ronda. Number 7, Liv Morgan. Number 6, Jamie Hayter.
All
right.
Flip there.
Yes. Number 5, Britt Baker.
Same.
All right. So number 4, I actually got Jade at number 4.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. This is where we kind of we would differ a little bit right here. All right.
Okay.
Number 3, Mommy. Rhea Ripley, Mommy.
I'm
my eyes, Mommy.
Differently.
My eyes, Mommy.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get that clip.
Oh, you know what? Let me get that. Let me get that clip. You said it. It should be done.
I'm built differently.
Mommy.
Oh man. And now you're gonna have to cut that clip of him saying, I'm not gonna make it a change.
Oh, I'm gonna get that ready. Let's believe that. Hey, I'm not gonna make it in jail.
Right.
Most realest shit I heard.
Oh my God. That was great. That was just great.
Oh man. Number 2, Becky Lynch. And number 1, hey, you said it. Who else? Who else? Really?
No one.
Thank you. The ESD of WWE, Bianca Belair. Hashtag forever champ. Yes, sir. It is decided.
It is decided. All right. Let's switch it up. I'll do the men's and I'll let you end it off on the men's side. So I'll start off with the men's. So number 10, I have the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Number 9, I have Sheamus, banger after banger after banger. Number 8, what did I do? Actually, oh yeah, I did say that earlier. Okay, number 8, Chris Jericho. Number 7, Sami Zayn. Number 6, Jon Moxley. Oh man, and number 5, Will Ospreay. I have Will Ospreay number 5.
Really?
Yes. So Will Ospreay, just overall this year, if you remember, he did a lot with AEW, Forbidden Door, and just every time Will Ospreay shows up, man, I get excited about just what I'm about to see. The presence overall. This man has evolved a lot over the years, and now he's a man now. Like before, it felt like, okay, he's a young kid, just kind of like he's a great wrestler overall, but not fully figured out everything. And now I feel like, okay, he's figured it out. And the final boss for him, the final test for him is coming up at Wrestle Kingdom, which, by the way, definitely Wrestle Kingdom is going to be an interesting show to see, because we're going to have AEW, WWE, and New Japan all in one arena.
That's a real forbidden door.
That is a real forbidden door right there.
But that bullshit you're talking about in June in Chicago. What the fuck is that?
No. This right here, you got, oh my God, Carl Anderson is going to be there. Mercedes is going to be there. Sasha Banks. Mercedes Varnado is going to be there. Yes. Okay. The real forbidden door is happening.
We'll be there.
Yeah, dude. That is going to be insane. So can't wait for that. But he's got Kenny Omega. All right, he's got Kenny Omega. They're going one-on-one, and that story, the promo that Kenny Omega cut on Will Ospreay leading into their match via satellite in Japanese. Man was speaking in Japanese, talking his shit in fluent Japanese to Will Ospreay, calling it like, hey, you guys are blaming this crowd, the lack of a crowd and all the silence on COVID. The real virus is you, Will Ospreay. I said, oh, damn. Like, what? And Will Ospreay saying, so when the pandemic was hitting, everybody wanted to leave New Japan. But now that Will Ospreay has it picking back up, everybody wants to come back and try to get back on the bandwagon. When AEW isn't doing so hot no more, now you guys want to come back to New Japan and try to get some business. Oh, like he said this. I said, this dude right here? Okay. Talk your shit, Will Ospreay. Talk your shit. He said, when I started, I used to be the assassin. Maybe I'm going to have to bring him back out again for this one. I said, shit. Damn. Yeah. Check it out, man. There's a couple of YouTube videos out there that just have the Kenny versus Will Ospreay video package that shows those two back to back. It was like a post-match conference with interview with Will where he said his shit. That shit is going to be fire. So Will Ospreay, amazing. Number 4, another New Japan guy, Jay White, the motherfucking Switchblade. Yes. That dude again. So he was actually my number 1 a while ago when we did a top ranking. I had him number 1 overall because I felt like this dude has done so much, and it's not televised, it's not shown to the masses, but the people that know,
Respect the list, TK. Respect it. Can't do nothing about it.
Oh man. So Jay White, he's killing the game. You know, him and Okada, they killed it. You know, at I forget the show, but they killed it where Jay White became the IWGP champion, and now they're going to have the rematch at Wrestle Kingdom. And now there's even a debate like which one should be the main event. Should it be Jay White and Okada, or should it be Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay? And Jay White's already like, look, the people know which one should be the main event. Like, let's stop fucking around. Like, you already know the IWGP champion should definitely be the main event against Okada. Like, stop it. So I love his energy. I love the shit talking. And then in the accent too, it's just, there's something about it where when I hear him, like, this dude is a cold MFer, dude. Like, he's
on Papa H.
Oh man. And he's got
talk to him, man.
You see where I'm going? Like, I think some people think, oh, you know, when he's done with Japan, he's gonna go to AEW. No. That dude is built for WWE.
Yes,
he is built for WWE. So AEW, no, I don't see that. And Will Ospreay, hey, Paul Heyman tried to offer him a contract once. He actually tried before and said, hey, I got a contract for you. He ended up going to Japan. And he's been loyal to Japan. But even in his post-conference, he said, look, this might be the end. Like, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be in Japan, but I've been that dude. So him saying that, I'm like, oh, so you kind of thinking about maybe leaving Japan, coming to the States, trying to make that paper? Okay. Well, again, you know what to do. Papa H is where it's at right now, so make the right decision. Hey,
for WWE.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. Wardlow and Jade are built for WWE. Absolutely.
Tony got a hope and a prayer that he can hold on to Jade.
No, there's no way. There's no fucking way. She's gone.
He can't contain that star power with his Jade.
Exactly. Like, look, The Rock, Batista, John Cena, these movie stars that WWE builds, these mega stars that WWE builds, what Jade can be right there with those names if she wants to be. You know, Wardlow can be right there with those names if he wants to be. Now, he's probably more in the vein of like, you know, all the guys that, you know, we talked about, you know, Gunther, you know, in his run as Intercontinental Champion, right? Like Bobby Lashley in his run at United States Champion. I could see Wardlow being like them. For sure. Maybe not like a movie star, but definitely like a top, you know, if he's going to have a mid-card or workhorse championship, it's not going to be like his dumbass run with the TNT championship. It's going to be a real one, like we're saying with Gunther and all these guys. So, you know, they definitely built for WWE. So anyway, Jay White is number 4. Now we get into the top 3.
All right.
Top 3. This was tough. This was tough. All right. So number 3 on my list, I had to be real, and I had to go with
Be real.
The Visionary.
Oh!
I had to go with Seth freaking Rollins as number 3 on the list. It hurt me, and actually it's funny because he's on my screen right now. I see Seth Rollins on my screen, and he kind of looks dejected. He kind of looks like, really, I'm number 3. But hey, man, look, you are amazing. You are 1-1A with the Tribal Chief as far as I'm concerned. But there is another one. There's another man out there who has been killing it. And the promo skills have been on point like yours. And at times a little bit more edgy, a little bit more like the world hears what this man is saying. And we're all questioning what the fuck is going on. And it has got nothing to do with Tony. It is not Tony. This is him. This is him. This is the talent that he is, and he is WWE bound, and that man is MJF at number 2. MJF has been killing the game. Wow. He's been killing the game. He's AEW champion now, which puts a stamp on it. I think if he had found a way, if Tony had found a way to fuck that up and not give him the AEW championship, yeah, I'd have dropped him down to number 3 probably behind Seth, because come on now, what the fuck? What did we do all that for? But they paid it off. And MJF, you see what he did to William Regal. Like, it's just the storytelling. That is the one spot in AEW where you got to give it to maybe not to Tony, but to AEW as a company that's a well-told story. That storyteller in MJF is doing a hell of a job. And Seth Rollins is as well. He's amazing. He's great. But MJF, the pipe bomb, the real pipe bomb that he cut when he talked about Tony Khan and not paying him his money, calling him a fucking mark, like it was amazing. It was amazing. So for me, it's just the little moments here and there, just barely edging out Seth Rollins, just barely. But Seth is my dude. He's my dude. It's just I gotta be real, and you know I'm being real when I'm putting him over Seth.
I know.
I'm putting him over Seth, that's hard. So MJF is number 2, but hey, MJF is a 2s. We know who the 1 is. We know who the 1 is.
That's my guy right there. That's my guy. That's my guy.
Again, right look, it's there's no debate between those two. When it comes to MJF versus the tribal chief, the one, the guy, the man is without a shadow of doubt Roman Reigns. Just look at the body of work. Like Max just got here. Roman Reigns has been here at this spot, this top spot. We'll see what Max does with it. We'll see if he can live up to it now that he has this championship and this responsibility. As Ricky Starks tried to say, like, look, man, like I'll take the responsibility from you because I don't know if you can handle all that. Like we're gonna find out if Max can actually handle all that. But Roman has for years, for what, 3 years now?
Small company, he can handle
3 years. Yeah. So yeah, shout out to MJF. You're doing your thing, and we want to see more. But it's Roman Reigns, the one, the tribal chief, the head of the table.
Get them ones.
God mode himself.
Get them ones up. Hit that like button, but get them ones up too.
The floor is yours. Go ahead. We all know what's coming, but go ahead and have the moment.
My top 10 overall. I forgot to switch up the
it still says that.
Look at that. I got sidetracked. My bad. Let me fix that. There we go. Overall top. You know what? This won't do. This won't do.
I already know what's happening. I'm glad that I saved this. I had a feeling something was going to happen. I had a feeling.
This won't do.
This is good that I just got mine out the way. So now we can do what you really want to do. Yes. I knew it.
This is my guy right here. My guy.
Oh my God.
This is my guy right here, man. Yeah, this is my guy. My guy right here. All right.
I'm glad. Hey.
Oh man, look like we got a new viewer. What up, Mary Johnson? Jade had an offer for WWE before AEW. She turned down WWE down because she wants a lighter schedule to be with her daughter. Totally understandable.
Yeah. But now, I mean, with the travel, I don't know if it's actually even lighter anymore. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, but it's Papa H too. Papa H return. He might be able to work with it. So you never know.
Because look at how many of the WWE wrestlers have kids. There's so many of them that just they all have families and they're figuring out. And I think just the way that Tony is with that women's division, it'll only be a matter of time before Jade is like, look, am I really reaching the heights I could reach in this company? Could I main event WrestleMania? Could I main event a night like Bianca did? Like, it could happen if she were in WWE. And you're not going to get that kind of spectacle in AEW. It's just not going to happen.
That opportunity.
Like, nothing is going to touch WrestleMania.
No.
I don't care what it is.
No.
Nothing. They will never have a WrestleMania.
No. This is like all their pay-per-views, AEW Full Gear, Revolutionary, all out, all in. This is the size of WrestleMania. This is
WrestleMania. Exactly. Yeah, no.
All right. Here's my top 10 for the men overall with my guy right here by my side. All right, number 10.
This list should really just be everybody that's not Roman Reigns. Like, that's what it should be.
If I had it my way, it'd be all Roman Reigns.
All the twos. All the twos. The top first, 9 number 2s.
Hey, you probably said it right. If you're not first, you're last.
Right. Oh man, go ahead.
All right, number 10. All right, you know what? I gotta give NXT its due, and I gotta put him on this list, especially overall. Carmelo Hayes, the A champ. Yes, number 10. I am a frequent viewer of the NXT 2.0. All right.
Not anymore.
Inside it is. Outside, I see the wrapping. It's black and gold, white and gold. But in the inside, 2.0.
It's over.
All right.
Black and gold. Hybrid. Light. Black and gold light.
But he deserves to be on my list. He puts in good work. Amazing matches. Matches. All right. He's killing it. The match he had with Axiom last week, bonkers. All right.
Yeah.
It was bonkers. All right. The way he put prestige on the North American title, he made it feel that it was the title because he said, I'm the champion, the A champion. I love that. You know what I'm saying? Put his own swagger on it. So, yeah. Shout out to Carmelo Hayes, the A champ, putting in good work. Number 9, Samoa Joe, the king of television. Yes, sir. Hey, like I said before, putting in that good work. He knows what he's doing. He got the badass monarch, king of television. Badass, got the whole killer instinct with his promos, you know what I'm saying? Just coming off so threatening, but I love it though. All right, but shout out to Samoa Joe. Number 8, Gunther. All right, yes, respect the list. Respect it,
man. I can't hate on that, man. I'm mad I couldn't. Gosh, yes. I want him on my list so bad, but no.
Oh man, he is professional wrestling. He does love this great sport. Yes, that's true. That's true. Very true. Tribal Chief, my real top 5.
Yeah, let's just stop this whole thing. Here's the real top 10. Tribal Chief, head of the table. Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns.
That's all.
And that'll do it for the Collection Wrestling Podcast.
See you guys next week.
Yeah, right.
Real quick show. Wrap this shit up.
All the lists is just Tribal Chief. Like, that tag team, Tribal Chief. Like, wait, what?
All the different graphics I have of the Tribal Chief.
Yeah, it's all just him. Like, wait. Oh, man.
Oh, look at you, Tim. You're so hopeful. I hope Devin has Mox higher. Lower than Hafeez? Never know, but you have to see.
Oh, man.
All right. I had number 8 for Gunther. Number 7, Chris Jericho.
Nice.
The Ocho. Number 6. You said it, Tim. Moxley. I got him at the same as my brother.
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
That's what he's good for. 6. All right. Understand that.
6. First was Kenny Omega. Kenny wasn't around, so I get it. But now John Moxley.
6 though. All right. When we did our top 10 for AEW, okay, yeah, all right. I had Kenny Omega. Damn right. I said it 5th.
Still kills me.
And that was an AEW top 10
Oh
ranking.
my god.
That was your overall. And I had him 5th.
Man.
Yeah, man. Forget that dude. Anyway, number 5, 5th, Cody Rhodes. All right. It's so respect the list. All right. Still doing amazing things. Teasing when he's coming back for Royal Rumble. Can't wait. But what he did for 2022, you know what I'm saying? He put eyes back on him because the whole rumor mill of him like, oh, is there a possibility? And I'm saying, nah, man, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's dirt sheets, man. I'll see it when I believe it. And he shocked everybody at WrestleMania with the whole fire display, pyro, millions of dollars of pyro, all that big spectacle that he loves. And Cody Rhodes risen from the ground. And there you go. Number 5, Cody Rhodes. Now, I might get smoked for this. 4. This for you, Bruce. It's for you, Bruce. From Top Rope Wrestling Talk. Number 4.
Oh my God.
My favorite heel in AEW. I'll be damned if I have an AEW champion above my top 3.
See, you just proved you just hate AEW. I'll be damned if I have an AEW champion as my top. Who cares? If he's good, he's good. Oh my God.
He's good within AEW. Now, when it comes to WWE,
God.
Let me see what the kid got. Let me see when you come when the big light is on you. Let me see what you can do with that. You just a big fish in a small pond. Everybody sees that, all right, MJF. I'm just keeping it real. But he's my favorite heel, though. He's my favorite heel in AEW. All right. He's the best storyteller in AEW. Okay. All right. So MJF, it is decided by me, the Tribal Chief of Podcasting, 4. All right. It is decided. I said it. Number 3, honorary Uce, Sami Zayn. He is above MJF. He is part of the best faction in professional wrestling, the best story in professional wrestling, Sami Zayn. All right, aka Sammy Uso, number 3.
I can't. I just can't, man. MJF. What the fuck is happening? What is happening?
This is my list. This is my list. Respect the list.
Oh, Lord. If Tony Khan left AEW, would you, and like they had, I don't know, Shawn Michaels take over AEW, would you be like, oh, okay, let me give it a chance?
Oh,
like,
yeah, I would.
See, so it's not, so take Tony Khan out of it. Forget Tony Khan. Tony Khan's got nothing to do with MJF and what he's doing.
Yeah, he does.
MJF is doing that in spite of Tony Khan.
Sure, but still, it's still under his watch. He is the coach. It is under his leadership. All right. And AEW has a small visibility compared to WWE. All right. It doesn't reach as many as doors. All right.
But we're not rating the business. We're just rating what the performance is.
I ran performance.
Whether it's like, let's say you compare an indie film to a Hollywood blockbuster. It don't matter. It's still the performance. It shouldn't matter like how many eyeballs or what. I mean,
yeah, but when it comes to Sami Zayn, it's the story he's telling. To me, it's not better than what Sami Zayn's doing. And then this number 2 is not better than Seth freaking Rollins of what he's doing from a character development standpoint. It's not. I can't. I love the stories that Seth freaking Rollins tells. Every match, he gets me to care. All right, what he does, the in-ring psychology. The whole spectacle of what he's going to wear with the suits. All right. What he got? What MJF? A scarf? Cool. Great. Burberry. All right. But what else he got? Nothing. You just talk about, oh, this town stinks and all that good shit. Whatever, man. It's starting to get old now. I'm just saying.
Man. Now it's starting to get okay. All right. Keep going. Let's just get this over with. There's no debating this.
Number 1. My guy right here.
Look, we already know.
My guy right here. You know. Head of the table, the tribal chief, God mode himself. If I had it my way, he would be all top 10s. It'll be just all of them. Different graphics of them. All right. I have it ready too. But I can't have it like that. But it's whatever. But the tribal chief, number 1 above everybody. All right. He's a part of the best story in professional wrestling today. He gets you to care. His the promos he does is so eye-catching. It gets you to pay attention. The stories that everybody's so bought in, the whole ring performance, you know, when they had that whole tussle, had the whole meaning. He wanted Sami Zayn and Jay to have it out. And then Sammy was like, hey, I want peace. You know what I'm saying? The tribal chief, he said he wants peace. And Jay was like, I don't give a damn what the tribal chief said. And I look at the audience reaction. They're like, oh, what? Because they're so just bought into this story. See, with MJF, you know, let me.
It don't gotta be about MJF no more, man.
Like, just leave MJF alone. So you can understand my perspective. You know, what he tells is cool, but these guys suck. It's from a insulting perspective. I'm going to insult these people, and I'm going to say bad words. I'm going to say shit. I'm going to say you fucking Mark. Oh, okay, whatever. All right.
So I can't. I'm just not. I'm not taking the bait.
Stories.
Go ahead.
All right, MJF.
He's doing a great job with storytelling. No, I'm not taking that.
He's doing the best in AEW. Nope. That's what I said.
Right, but he's doing great. AEW, WWE, in wrestling in general,
within that
he's
bubble,
telling great stories.
Within that bubble, he's doing phenomenal.
Oh,
all right,
my
A+ work.
If he
within
took
that
what he's doing
bubble.
in AEW and did it in WWE, the fans would do what they're doing right now. It would be the same thing.
Don't know.
It would be the same thing.
I
Let's
don't know.
move on.
WWE
Let's just move
fans
on.
and
We're not going to
AEW
derail
fans-
the top 10.
WWE fans, AEW fans are different. All right.
Sure, but
very
MJF
different.
is shown to be a master storyteller, and he's committed to the character. He is in character at all times. Like, if you go to a fan event, you're going to see him in character.
Cool.
If he's doing an interview with people on YouTube, he's in character. He is so in tune to his character. He is the best character actor you have right now in wrestling, period. And it's amazing that even as a heel, he has fans loving what he's doing. Like, fans are now getting to the point where they don't even want to boo him anymore because he's just so good. So it is what it is. It's fine. Everyone's going to have their own opinion.
AEW crowd, we don't know if it works because you see how Cody was getting when he was down on AEW, he got booed. In WWE,
sure, but he got
cheered.
cheered first, and the reason why he was getting booed was because it seemed like he was just in power and he's just booking himself to do all these things, and it's like it got corny to a point, you know. And then all the promos. And here's the thing: in WWE, watch what happens if he does get to be champion and he keeps cutting the same promos, because those promos haven't changed. The way he's cutting the promos in AEW is the same way he's cutting the promos in WWE. So give it time. If he's champion, people may turn on him and start to get bored of Cody Rhodes too. Like right now, it's actually, in a way, it almost is a blessing that he's been away for a while because he can't get old as quickly as he did in AEW. So we're just going to leave it at that. I understand. Look, we know the hate that you have for AEW. It's fine. They can do little right for you, and that's fine in their bubble. I get it. But, you know, we're going to keep it to the top 10. We're talking about the Tribal Chief.
Yeah, MJF sucks. Look at that. Not everybody likes.
So wait. So are you agreeing with MJF?
Oh, I don't agree with that, but I'm just saying.
Well then,
you know, hey.
Then let's move on.
But what up, Front Face Lock Podcast?
Bruce, I got you.
Man. He wants all the smoke. AEW fans are uneducated. Huh?
That's a debate that needs to happen, really, with MJF. You and Bruce just talking about.
It's funny that you say that. It's, you know what? I was all for it, but then he had a debate with his son. For Tribal Chief versus MJF, and he lost to his son for Tribal Chief. He lost to his son.
How did he lose?
They debated points. They went on a point system, and his son made more points within the allotted time.
Who gave the points? Like who was the judge?
Dom was the judge.
But okay, I would love to talk. Is Dom here?
I don't know. Dom, hey, say something if you watch it.
Because
but the episode is on their channel. So go on to Top Row Wrestling and Talk or Fox and John.
I mean, I'm gonna be real. If I'm judging that and it's a kid versus his father, I'm probably gonna give it to the kid. I'm not gonna have the kid lose. Like I'm not gonna do that.
See, man.
I'm not gonna do that. Like
I get it. I see, but I'm a dad. All right. I would show no mercy to my son.
No, okay. you to your son, I can understand that,
gonna
right?
Get his work.
It's gonna happen, but this isn't my kid, and I don't want to be mean. So, you know, I'm sure there was great points, you know, and even if the points are close, I'm probably gonna be like, you know, make this kid happy, you know, like so. But you two grown adults, y'all should have the debate. Go point for point.
Cool.
We can have a judging system. We can set it all up, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, we can do that.
And I'm not even saying that I'm going to side with MJF over Roman Reigns, but I just think the debate should happen.
Oh, I'm down for having a conversation.
Some of the stuff you're saying about MJF right now is blasphemous.
No, it's
blasphemous.
From my own lips, from my own opinion that I believe in. All right. And he could change it. Could he change it down the line of with this championship reign? Sure. But right now, how it is, how AEW is built right now.
Here's the thing. NXT, you loved NXT, you know, black and gold before with like the Adam Coles and the Johnny Garganos and Tommaso Ciampas, right?
Yep.
Would you say that was a small pond?
What for NXT?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Black
and
gold,
small
right?
pond. Yeah.
Right.
Black and gold is small pond.
And so look at Adam Cole and look at how much of a fan you were of Adam Cole and his promos.
But look at the stories that they had revolving.
Just follow what I'm saying though, because the thing what you're saying is you weren't talking about the storylines. You're saying that MJF, if you take what he does, because it's a small pond, yeah, it works in a small pond, but it won't work on the larger scale, and you kind of downgrade what he's doing. I didn't say it wouldn't work. I want to see what the kid got if he comes to WWE. But I guess where I'm going with this is that with Adam Cole, like there was never, I don't recall you ever having doubt in Adam Cole, like because he's in NXT and he's in a small pond, we don't know how that would be in WWE. The fear then was Vince McMahon. It wasn't anything to do with Adam Cole and his performance. Whereas with MJF, it's like, well, he's in this smaller pond, so we don't know what he's going to do. Like there's all this doubt around MJF all of a sudden. But then again, with Adam Cole, it's like there's no doubt around his ability to tell a story.
You know what? Today there would be doubt because I look at right now under a Papa H watch, and you saw the debut. He brought Johnny Gargano up and had he did it around the right crowd. I think it was Toronto, wrestling crowd. But now you see him. He gets a response, but it's not that response that we're used to in the NXT Black and Gold, the reactions that he usually get. So this is where I'm like, I'm noticing that because all right, there's definitely a difference between an NXT crowd and a WWE crowd. So if what you said about Adam Cole, if you was to ask me, hey, you think there's a chance that could he make it or not make it? I would say it's a possibility that he could flop because of how the WWE universe is, man. The fans are how it's just weird what they gravitate to. Sometimes, they could gravitate to Adam Cole or not, because I'm seeing it right now with Johnny Gargano. All right, and then my point for MJF, the reason why I say he's the best storyteller in AEW, and that's not saying a lot because it's not really that many stories in AEW.
Yeah, so, but okay, it just, I guess what bothers me about that is you're holding against him the fact that there aren't many stories in AEW, but I'm not even looking at it as like compare and rank the stories in AEW. And yeah, he's doing great around these other bad stories. I'm looking at it as his story alone is enough to make me watch a show where there's not much else going on. Like if not for him, there are nights where I just be like, I don't really want to see this at all. But he's telling great stories, and like his story alone, there was a time where actually, even with WWE, it was that way with the Tribal Chief. Like there was nothing else that I really cared about seeing, short of RK Bro and the Tribal Chief, and so I'm not going to hold it against Roman Reigns to say, well, he's telling a great story amidst all these bullshit ass stories. Like, no, he's just telling a great story. Same with RK Bro. Like, yeah, Raw was terrible minus RK Bro, but that doesn't diminish what RK Bro was doing. They were just telling great stories. And it's the same with MJF. Like, yeah, storyline wise, I'm in agreement with you that the storytelling is not the strong suit of AEW. That's not really their model. It's more of, hey, we're going to do wrestling and the high spots and all that, and there's an audience for that, and I get it. But MJF, Chris Jericho, those are two guys that are kind of the exception to the rule where they're better storytellers. And they're telling great stories, and they're putting effort into their storytelling, long-term storytelling. The whole thing with Wardlow and MJF and how he was the bodyguard, and then he eventually became his enemy, and then he put over Wardlow and he became the TNT champion eventually. And then with him and Jericho and how, it looked like he was going to be within the inner circle, and then he wasn't, and then they went at it. Or CM Punk and using the real life story with MJF being a fan and putting that into the storyline, and then having it be, they go to Chicago and MJF beats him in Chicago, and like just the back and forth that they had. Like Max has been telling great stories, and it's not like he's just in there with other great storytellers and they're making him look good. No, he's holding his own, and at times outdueling them. At times with CM Punk, I'm like, damn, like, is CM Punk going to be able to come back from this? Because the shit that Max is saying right now is cutting. And, like, I'm feeling it. Like, WWE, AEW, New Japan, Impact, ROH, wherever you do those storylines, I'm listening to this like, what the fuck? What is it? The first time I saw Max, when it was Bret Hart in the ring with Adam Hangman Page, and I didn't know any of these dudes like that. I had heard the names, I had heard things here and there, but I didn't know Adam Page or MJF or any of those dudes. And I'm seeing Adam Page, and I'm like, okay, this dude, all right, we'll see what he's about. And then here comes Max talking all his shit, and I'm like, this dude, I want to see more from. This dude seems like he's the star. He seems like the guy that should be fighting for the title. So for me, I'm just like, MJF has always had that it factor. He's always been that dude, and I think that's what makes it so appealing for him to go to WWE eventually, is to see, because the thing that we'll both agree on is like, there's a stage that they give that will get more eyeballs on him so he can become a worldwide, world-known like star. But what I won't deny is the work he's doing in AEW, it's not a product of Tony Khan. This is Max. If anything, this really shows what Max can do even more, because Tony has nothing to do with this. In WWE, you could question, would some of the WWE guys work if they don't have a writer or help? Like, some guys, I truly do question whether or not they would make it outside of that system. You know, whereas in AEW, you don't have anything to rely on. It's you. If you are good at being able to tell a story on your own, cool, you're going to tell a great story. If you suck at it, it's going to show. Yeah. See Jungle Boy. There's nothing there. I like him. I'm rooting for him. He's not a great storyteller. It's just what it is. So for me, I just feel like with this whole thing with Max, I put respect on Max because I feel like I'm seeing him and he's not getting that help. He's putting on story after story after story after story that keeps me engaged and keeps me wanting to see AEW. He is the main reason to tune into AEW.
And that's where we differ, because he's a great, storyteller, but does he get me to tune in? Like, I can't wait to see MJF part. Then I would say no. Like, I'm watching it. Yeah, and that's why the reason I get excited when we're about to get a Sami Zayn promo, or they mention like coming up, Sami Zayn, the Bloodline, or Seth freaking Rollins getting ready to come out. Cool. I get goosebumps, or the hairs on my arm starting to.
But I think for you, it's more because of AEW than Max. I think it's AEW on a whole. I just think that you don't like the AEW product. I don't think it's that Max. I think it's because it's not that Max isn't doing enough. I think it's, damn, I got to watch AEW to see Max. Because if you said Max was somewhere else, if Max was in WWE and they say, hey, Max is going to have he's going to show up on WWE television, you would tune in and you'd be curious, what is Max going to do on WWE TV? You'd be excited. You'd be hyped to see what Max is going to say.
Yes. That's facts. I don't deny that at all. Right.
So it's not that Max isn't getting you excited to tune in. It's the AEW product overall that, look, I've highlighted it in joking fashion to say, like, you're an AEW hater, right? That's
and I embrace that. I do not run away from that, sir.
Yeah, and that's fine. That's I feel like it's good because the product on a whole you're not a fan of, and I think it does tarnish how you feel about some of these wrestlers while they're in AEW, because you kind of don't look at AEW as being a great company. You see them as being kind of like, run in a way that is not structured well. There's no like real structure to make them succeed on that level like WWE. I respect that. That's fine. But I take them out of it and I just look at the body of work that this person is doing. A lot of these guys are successful in spite of AEW, in spite of the structure. Jade Cargill being where she is right now, being on our list like this, it's not because of Tony Khan and AEW. It's because of who she is and how she carries herself. They're not giving her much to work with. They give her TV time, but are they giving her a script? Are they making stories for her? Are they doing anything really to propel her to like that upper status to where you see her
a number 4 too? Go for
right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So for her, it's like you can see, like, we just said it. She's tailor-made for WWE. If she wanted to, with the whole schedule thing, she could be in WWE and be a superstar and main event of WrestleMania. She literally could main event of WrestleMania. Like, that same way I see her, I see Max that way too. I see Max as being like what he does, the fact that he is able to do these promos, tell a story the way he does, he's ahead of the game. Now you put him in that structure with WWE, and that's like a whole nother level of superstar. And as a heel, I mean, that's perfect. He's not a babyface trying to get over in WWE. He's a heel. Dude, he's a heat magnet. He knows how to do it. If we can sit here and say, man, Baron Corbin is a heat magnet and he knows how to do it, and he's got, if Baron Corbin gets that kind of heat, what kind of heat you think Max is gonna get? Like,
hell, look at Dom type of heat he gets.
Right. If Dominic Mysterio can get nuclear heat, Max could as well. I got no fear with Max at all when it comes to this. Max is a talent. He is a talent. He said, like, I love when he says he's a generational talent. Like, that's his character, and that's like a thing that he's trying to use to propel himself to that next level. But there's a way in which he's absolutely right that when you look at it, you know, there aren't too many people like Max out there that take that kind of care in the kayfabe of their character and really like try to make you just feel like this is real. Like this guy is actually like this. And it's amazing that even in spite of that, people love this guy. They love to see him. They're cheering him now, and he's saying the worst shit he can say. You know, he got in there with Ricky Starks. He did his best to try to get Ricky Starks over. And Ricky Starks, you know, pulled his weight in that too. Thank goodness for Ricky Starks. But like, Max is just, he's that dude. He's that dude. Is he number one? No, it's Roman Reigns.
Nope. Is he number two? No, he's number three. Not on my list.
Sure. Cool. But take the AEW out of it, because for me, he is not a product of AEW, right? Max is a product of his own talent and just ability and creativity. That's it. Take him out of that. Take him out of that. If he weren't there,
you can.
I won't.
I won't. You can, but I won't. But
that's fine. You're stubborn. It's fine.
It's just like he tells great stories, but it gets me the feel. But it's not like what Seth Rollins has done with his stories. Like he gets me to feel like in a deep emotion. Sami Zayn, he gets me to feel he gets me concerned, worry about his safety. Tribal Chief, I'm trying to worry about his next move, what he's going to do, what is he thinking? You know what I'm saying? Anxiety is like an all-time high because of his storytelling. MJF, I know what I'm going to get. All right, he's going to curse out the crowd.
So when MJF told the story about William Regal sending him the email, that didn't do nothing for you?
Not really.
Really?
Yeah, not really. I'll be real. I can be real about that, man. He told a story about, you know.
Did you think it was real?
Oh, I believe it was real. But
so if you thought it was real, how would that
just
not
didn't
make
hit
you...
it just because you know what? Yeah, you know what? I don't think it was. It probably helped if I could relate to it, if I can find a way to connect to it. But no, I couldn't.
But like that's just like rejection. Like everybody can relate to that. Like the fact that for me, personal story for me. Like I had tried when I first got out of college. I had sent my resume to so many different jobs and heard nothing from nobody. And, you know, that rejection sucked. And I'm like, am I not going to get a job? Am I not going to find a way to make it? You know? And so I just kept sending my stuff and, you know, hearing Max talk about that and like, okay, Max is a heel character, but over time now we've come to see Max a little bit differently. For him to tell that story, I'm like, damn, like this dude, I felt like it was real. I felt like, and we've seen him in WWE like videos before, him with Samoa Joe and all that. So you know, like that story, there's got to be some truth to it. And so him saying like he was excited about this opportunity, this was his dream. And then they said, yeah, well, you know, it's like it stopped. All of a sudden, William Regal he went from like, oh yeah, send me your stuff, and then he just stopped responding. And then finally, he's like, I don't got time for this. That. On a personal level, I'm like, fuck, that's fucked up, you know? And I instantly right there too, I knew William Regal was still supposed to be the face and Max was supposed to be this like, you know, petulant kid or whatever, but yeah, it just hit kind of different. Like anybody that's dealt with wanting something having a dream and having someone say, get away from me. You know, I don't want to hear this. I don't want to see this. You're not worth my time. That sucks. You know what I'm saying? And for Max to tell that story and tell it the way he did, I'm like, how did he just do that? You know, like, how did he go from being this asshole to then snapping into the story to where I'm like, nah, I'm not relating to this dude. Really? You know, like, and even him with CM Punk and how, like, CM Punk
when he
was
told that story, that
his
that
hero, you know,
yeah.
Like, there's ways that I feel like Max is a master storyteller, because in a drop of a dime, you could go from hating him to understanding him. Like, there's just such range for him. Look, I hope that Max goes to WWE, because I truly believe that he would make it. And I truly believe that if that day came, you would look at Max differently. You would see him for more of how I see him, because within that structure, you know, but because, and also too, honestly, because I think AEW does have you somewhat jaded in the stories of AEW. Like, you kind of go into it being like, this place doesn't tell good stories, you know, and then you hear it and it's like you're almost like the Grinch, where it's like you go into it like, bah humbug, and you know, maybe things will happen here and there that'll warm you up a little bit, but you still kind of don't want to buy into that just happened in AEW. Like, that's kind of how it feels, but it is what it is, man. It's you know, I feel it.
See, well, front face, like I said, MJF will fail in WWE because living in boundaries wouldn't work for MJF, because he's all shock value. I think that's what I was trying to say.
I don't think
not that part, but when you talk about the shock value of, you know, with this promos, I think there is a shock value that I'm just used to it now. So,
but I just gave you two examples where it's not shock value.
Well, the one
that's just real. Those are real stories. That's like Cody shit. That's like stories that Cody does.
I didn't really care, but the one with Punk was cool. That kind of stuck out to me. But you know, with what,
but I guess you could agree though that those two aren't shock value.
Which one is not shock value?
Both of them. Both of those stories. The Punk and Regal one. Neither one of them is shock value. He's not just saying, you know, fuck you, fucking piece of shit, blah blah blah. You know, no, he's just telling personal stories and is connecting with the audience.
What would you say his majority of his promos though is shock value somewhat? Outside of the CM, like when he's out in the ring.
I guess the debate right now is, you know, he's all shock value. Like, I'm saying he has a range. You know, like, there's times, of course, where he's saying stuff that's like, you know, fuck you, you mark, right? But then there's also times where he's telling stories where it's like, like that was some real shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's happened more recently, but that just shows you an evolution of a character. Like, he's actually showing character development and character growth, which is what we're asking for.
Yeah.
So that's where I feel like you can't say that he would fail because he's just one way. If he's showing you, like, we can't ignore that. It's just not fair to him to just say he's not growing when he's showing it. He's actually doing it.
Then didn't say he wasn't growing. It's just when I look and feel the emotions from the stories that I've seen in WWE, it's not the same that I feel with MJF. Now, what Front Face Lock said on this comment right here, even though they said they think, you know, he'll fail, I'm curious, could he work within the restrictions of WWE? Like, can he think outside the box of, all right, your promos can't be as, you know, you can't be using as many swear words, maybe bitch here and, you know, shit you can get away with nowadays in WWE.
So he can't just drop an F-bomb.
Can't drop it, right. Can't drop it.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe they blur that out.
He can say shit. And he
maybe they blur that out. They did that with Riddle.
Ass. Okay. I mean, that's all of that. We're good. We're good there. I mean, think about, like, you know, the Ric Flairs and the Dusty Rhodes and like how they would tell a promo and they'd be passionate with it, you know, and you're telling Max, hey, we need more. If you're going to do this, you got to be more along the lines of that than the lines of, you know, like F-bombs or whatever. Like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a challenge that I feel like I'm seeing a range that makes me think that's possible for this guy. And even guys in WWE, I feel like they don't have that type of range necessarily. Like Sami Zayn, I'm going to say this, that the story that Sami Zayn was telling about, you know, the bloodline and belonging and how much it means to him to belong, right, to a group and to be accepted and to be welcomed into a family. Like, I'm still gonna challenge the whole thing about William Regal, the story that MJF told, because it's kind of a very similar story where both of them are talking about being accepted, wanting something and having that taken away, or rejection of feeling like you don't belong. Like, it's one happened in WWE, the other one happened in AEW, and that's where I'm kind of like, I feel like if that story took place in WWE, because basically, I mean, the Cody stories with him and his dad and all that, like it's like all the same stuff, and I love it. I care about what Cody is saying, and it's working for the WWE audience. So then I'm thinking, all right, if a guy like MJF comes in and he's talking his shit 1 minute, but then he goes and he tells a personal story the next minute, like that kind of range, Papa H can work with that. Triple H can work with a dude like Max. So
let's see what the kid got. That's all I'm saying. Comes to WWE, come to not a pond, but an ocean. All right. Let me see what you can do in this ocean.
Yeah, no, that's an ocean that he's prepared for, because of the way, one, it's, even though he hasn't had the championship, he has been in the spotlight with guys like Chris Jericho, guys like CM Punk. That doesn't change. Performing in front of the cameras with the live audience with superstars like that, I'm not going to disrespect the training and tutelage that he's gotten even from those guys. From Dustin, like being in AEW, like Sting being in AEW and working with him. Like, I can't say that Max is like totally unprepared for dealing with a stage like WWE, and now mixing it up with guys like Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns and all that, when he's in there with the names I just mentioned. Like, it's just not, I'm not worried about him whatsoever. And I'm surprised that we're even having that conversation about Max.
You know what just bothered about? Because I'm actually not saying I'm not worried about if he comes to WWE. I'm just curious of what he can do. I see what he can do.
I'm not worried. I'm curious. Like,
I'm curious.
Kind of a funny way to try to put that.
I just want to see what he can do.
But you're doubting him. You're doubting whether or not he can succeed.
Because the stories are different in WWE. They tell movies, to circle the debate point. They have their video clip. Like, we don't tell stories. We make movies. And that's what they do, man. I want to see what he can do when there's movies around him. Can he stick out too with his story, whatever feud he's in?
Yeah, I just don't know. Like,
MJF for WWE is Miz. Miz would kill it uncuffed.
MJF is WWE is Miz would kill it uncuffed. If Miz was in MJF is Miz. MJF in WWE is Miz.
Yeah.
Right. So, okay. Basically, if you compare him to the Miz, which has been done before, and to say, like, look at MJF as being essentially Miz.
I mean, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because
I feel like
maybe 2016 Miz, you might have a case. Yeah. But Miz is like he's almost a parody of himself now. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
So his storytelling is almost, it's just weak. It's just fluff now. It's not passion that.
It's like just almost for comedy now. It's just purely like entertainment comedy. Like, it's not as serious as it was back then. So yeah, that's tough. That's tough because Max definitely, I don't feel like he would get to that point. I think he wants to be edgier than that. He doesn't want to just be like comedy. He'd probably just quit. If that was what they were gonna do to him, like, no way.
Put these sunglasses on.
Yeah, like what is this? No. Y'all ain't right. And then too, I mean, with Cody being there, like, that's a whole nother thing too. He has a relationship with somebody in WWE right now. So don't tell me there won't be an immediate feud between Cody and MJF under Papa H. Like, that's happening, and if we're talking about, 2024, a year from now, if Cody, I know you want to hear this, earmuffs, Devin, if Cody Rhodes is champion at that time in 2024, then he and MJF,
that's that forever champ. Hashtag forever champ. Get that in there real quick. Hashtag forever champ. One more
Say
time.
it
Put it in the chat.
buffs.
People in the chat. Put that hashtag forever champ. One's up. Hashtag forever champ. Tribal Chief all day.
Oh man. Well, all right. To be continued on this debate because it's getting to that time. We're gonna have to cap this for sure for me.
Yeah, we got a lot of engagement from the chat on this one, man.
Yeah, no, appreciate y'all. We're gonna have to do, so what I want to do, I'll just go ahead and preview the next episode that we do. I want to do predictions for 2023 and just things that we're gonna be looking out for and that we think are gonna happen in 2023. So that's gonna be the special episode for the next edition of the Clark Street Wrestling Podcast. So tune in for that. And yeah, we'll maybe this will come up. Like we'll talk about, I guess it won't be Max because literally, he won't be in WWE potentially till 2024, but maybe we can do predictions as well for AEW and things that we think will happen or things that we want to have happen as well. So do some fantasy booking a little bit in that way. But yeah, that as far as the rankings, as far as the top fives, top tens, we are done. That is going to do it for this episode. The Roman Dylan Roman portion of this is over. Thank you all for participating, for being here with us.
Thank you.
It's a lot of fun. Again, the
Yes.
engagement is great. Marie, we see you. Thank you. Did you have these feelings about AEW before Triple H took over WWE? Hey,
You know what? Listen to our previous episodes back in 2019 when AEW came out and see how we feel about it. There
was optimism about AEW, and I'm not sure
we was more excited about AEW at a time than WWE for that first year.
Absolutely.
2020, and then some shaky murky water started happening, and all right. You start seeing their format. Oh, what's up with this one women's match?
The women's wrestling, that part of it really started to stand out. And then you start seeing other shit popping up, and it's like, AEW, I don't know. There's just some things here and there that I just don't like. There's some things that I love about AEW. Believe me, I love some of it. Because for me, wrestling, I love the in-ring part of wrestling. We've had this debate too about wrestling versus story. And it's one to me with both of those, like, the in-ring, if it's on point, you're going to have my attention for sure. What makes people stick around is going to be the story part of it, and just telling a good story, having people care. So, it's all.
Rollins said it himself. He says pro wrestling is about storytelling, about making people feel something.
Right. And that's with Vince. Vince was a big proponent of that. Like it doesn't matter what you do in the ring if they don't care. So you can do all the flips in the world, but if people don't care, then that's what it is. So. But I do have respect for both sides of it. Like I love great stories. I love great wrestling. I love watching tournaments and things like that. So, it's all good to me and we love it all. So we'll talk about it all, but that's going to do it for this week's episode. But before we go, as always, Devin, please tell the people where they can catch us.
Yes, all the time. And once again, thank you for everybody coming through. The chat community was on fire, so we salute to y'all. Thank you for showing up. Make sure y'all smash that like button if you didn't, so help us out so we can keep on getting that, that analytical data from YouTube to help us out with that engagement. All right, crack that code for us and smash that like button. All right, so there's a lot of places where you can find us, the social medias, Facebook. We got an awesome Facebook group, by the way, called the Clark Street Wrestling Community. So if you're in here engaging and you like to engage with us, hey, holler at us at the Clark Street Wrestling Community, the CSWC Facebook group. We talk about AEW. We do. We talk about AEW. MLW, Impact, love Impact Wrestling, and WWE. All right, we talk about it all walks of life of wrestling. We include everybody. All right, we're very diverse. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Rey Mysterio. I haven't forgotten about you. TikTok. Yeah, man. Hey, bro. Hey, what's up with these holiday meetings with your son showing up on the couch, man? Bro, get it together, sir.
Dude, he had the cops on ready, though, man. They came out of nowhere. I'm like, wait, what?
He was like, not today. Not today, son.
Not happening again. Hell no. Not
Baby
Christmas.
Cereal, you on watch, man. Hopefully it lead up to WrestleMania.
Yes.
You and your son, the amazing storytelling match. All right. But all those websites, social media platforms I just mentioned, we have a central hub, ClarkStreetWrestling.com, ST for the abbreviation, where all your podcasting needs. If you want to listen to the audio portion of the podcast, Spotify, Amazon, Apple Podcasts, or if you want to watch the video portion, want to see these handsome men of us talk about Tribal Chief, get them ones up, ClarkStreetWrestling.com, ST for the abbreviation for all your podcasting needs. Where we have merch too. We got it all.
Damn merch.
Yes. Get your merch. Get your beach towels if you're down there in Australia, South Africa, Niger, South America. If you're down there in Brazil, if you're down there in the hot weather, get your beach towels. Get your ass off the hot ass sand. It is a bad look. Trust me. All right. If you're out there with us, freezing. It's cold as hell. You got to break. It's 24 degrees for shit. That's still cold. But it's better than -7, better than 10 below. But still,
it's going up.
Yes,
it's going up.
It is. Getting 50s popped out. Can't wait.
50s, maybe.
Hopefully. Please. All right. Get your Clark Street Wrestling hoodie. Stay warm. Stay toasty. Yes, on point. ClarkStreetWrestling.com/store. For your pleasure. It is decided on Tribal Chief Day. Especially we're going to talk about overall top men. Tribal Chief Day. Get them ones up one more time for your Tribal Chief, because you know who's the one. Y'all the twos.
All right, and that's gonna do it. And by the way, happy belated Christmas, Kwanzaa, all that, Hanukkah to everybody out there. And Happy New Year to everybody, too. We got a couple days left in 2022. 2023 is right around the corner. Just want to wish you all great health, happiness, all that good stuff. Spend some time with your families. Have some good time. Stay warm, stay healthy, stay good. So, yeah, just want best wishes from the Clark Street Wrestling Podcast, from our families to yours. I wish y'all all the best. Let's hope for 2023 to be an even better year than 2022. Yeah, let's get it.
Yeah.
So with that said, I'm Hafeez Devin. Catch you guys next time. Peace.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening to the Clark Street Wrestling Podcast. And always remember, for me, pro wrestling is sports entertainment.
Oh, I had another thing
It's
for
the
you
same
too on
thing.
that. But Vince McMahon even has another thing on it that I found, but we'll save that for 2020. Oh yeah.
Debate.
I'm ready for
debate.
y'all.
Future
Sports
debate.
entertainment, pro wrestling.
Stop a debate. Hey, debate coming soon. We're gonna lock this down. Man, we're gonna have it. I've been saying this for 2022. All right, we need to have it for 2023. This is the longest long-term storytelling.
Long-term storytelling or story too long. We gotta cap this. We can't let this be Jungle Boy and Christian Cage now. We gotta do it.
Yes, we gotta have it. This has to happen, Ivan. Yes. Bruce, you.
This
Bruce,
one.
you gonna watch?
I'll judge it, Bruce. I got you. No, I'll be objective.
Real. I didn't like what I saw. I get it. It's your son, but still, you're supposed to represent your boy. You're supposed to be your favorite wrestler in all of pro wrestling.
Do it.
And you
Let's
drop
hear it.
the ball? Hey, I don't know, sir. I don't know. All right. Hey, make sure y'all listen to the Ones Podcast, Clark Street Wrestling Podcast. Get those ones up. We catch y'all next week. Let's fucking go. Damn.
I'm out of here anyway. Peace out.